Hey, yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? Welcome to Reflections of a DJ, the R.O.A.D podcast, presented by DJ City and Beat Source. Big shout to DJ City and Beat Source. I'm one of your hosts, DJ Crooked. We got DJ Never.
Yo, what up, y'all?
We got Jamie the Great.
Yeah, what up, what up?
And DJ D Miles is out of commission. He's MIA once again, this time getting his knee fixed. It's not his ass.
He went from the ass to the knee.
Yep.
That was good, man.
Anyway, we miss you, D, and hopefully your knee gets a lot better.
Yeah.
We're praying you get
How many
back
episodes has D missed this year?
soon. Oh, thanks, man.
A bunch, man.
This year,
15?
I want to say about 10, 12.
10,
I'll
12?
say 15, 20. No. I'm about to say 20, but
I was like, no.
about 15.
Yeah,
A
he's
bunch,
had
right?
so much shit going on, like COVID scares, all that shit.
I wonder if our listeners, like... If
Do they even notice at this point? They're just like, oh, this guy just
no, they
comes
definitely
around.
notice, but I'm sure like they're just so used to hearing that he's gone from an episode.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, D again.
And then surprised when he is actually here.
Yeah, like, oh my God, he's back.
Yeah. So we're gonna do the 2020 recap.
Recap, wrap
Yeah.
up.
We're gonna recap what we usually do at the end of the year.
This year would be different, though.
Little
It'll
weird
be a
this
little
year.
different, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to adjust on the club hits.
Yeah,
We're
obviously.
gonna really dig deep.
We're going to definitely do that, but I definitely want to speak on a couple of things. I want to speak on the Senator Tillis, the COVID-19 stimulus bill,
Yes, sir.
where they're kind of targeting at live streamers, and they're making it a felony to stream
They're giving out
yeah,
time.
man.
copywritten music
They're giving out some
illegally.
time. Illegally.
Yeah, they're even thinking about, I don't know,
Locking some of you motherfuckers up.
locking motherfuckers up for streaming.
For streaming, for playing music.
But they're trying
That's
to
some
sneak.
shit, man.
They're trying to sneak that shit into the
Yeah.
the
The
COVID-19
The
stimulus
package.
bill. Yeah.
We're gonna give you 2,000, but you're gonna use that same 2,000 for your books.
That's it.
Once you locked up.
They're actually voting for it right now, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today.
So we'll see what happens.
Hopefully by the end of this, we hear something back.
That'd be some shit. You in the middle of streaming, you get a knock on your door. It's like fucking police, yo.
That ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. So how y'all been, man? Are y'all prepared? Are y'all prepared for this recap?
Yeah, we've been.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was like a study hall. Me and Never were sitting next to each other going through notes and shit.
Yeah, man.
A lot tougher
this?
than we expected, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. Did
Very
you
different.
did you take a McRib break in the middle of that?
We did.
Never.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, Never.
So you ordered a McRib?
Every year, I love McRibs, man. It's
Yeah.
like once a year I gotta have one, man.
How many did you have
I had two.
at one sitting?
Yes.
Yeah,
No fries?
of course, fries.
Yeah. Fries,
And
two
the Coke.
McRibs, and a large Coke.
Yeah, yeah, man.
It was a,
You know what? I ain't gonna
That's-
lie, man.
what?
I actually ordered a McRib myself.
whoa! I was gonna say you would never do that.
How
shit.
many did you order?
I ordered 2.
Woo!
How good was it?
Did you go?
It was a little heavy on the sauce.
It's always been like that.
Yeah. But it was good. It was good. It was good
Delicious,
enough.
right?
Oh yeah, man.
I felt a little sick, but I was all right. It was cool.
The little side effects.
He said you
wasn't
got to do it
bad.
like once a year. After that, is no more McRib.
What did you-
No, I
until
don't-
next year?
I think it's been like maybe 5 to 10 years since I've had
it's
a McRib.
been for me as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, since I moved to Vegas, I never had a McRib.
He said he
out
gets
here.
one once a year, and then he goes to haven't had
No,
it for
before
15
that,
years.
before that, when they used to come out with the McRib once a year, I always used to get it. But then, like, I remember moving to Vegas, and they didn't have it out here. They thought I was crazy. I was like, "Do you have any McRibs?" Because I saw it on the commercial that was available.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? The McRibs?"
Right.
She was like, "Oh, I never heard of that before."
You feel like them motherfuckers that was asking for what were they calling lighter?
What are you
the when motherfuckers that would like they've been pranking people. They've been saying like going to the gas
Oh,
station and ask for what did they say?
No,
Headlight fluid.
headlight fluid. Yes, they were doing that with the PS5 too, the dual shock cock controller. And the woman would go in, he was and his wife in there, and she'd be like, "Can I get the dual shock PS5 controller?" But it was just a big joke.
But for some reason, this year the McRib is a big thing.
Dude,
Out of
it's
nowhere.
always been a big.
I mean,
thing.
I don't know. It's like bigger than usual. Like a lot more people talking about it.
I think it's just people getting like paid on social media to hype
It
it
could
up.
be that
McRib's
also
back.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a little more obvious with the Popeye chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I was
But-
really
Yeah,
obvious.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think with this one, I fell a victim to it. I was like, no, let me get the McRib because I just saw it.
Was that
popping
your
up.
first time having one?
Nah, in like maybe 15, 10 years, I haven't had one,
Oh.
yo. I haven't had one in like maybe in forever. Like,
I haven't had one like in 8 years, but
I think the last time I had it was in the 90s.
I think so. Well, I might have had one in
Unless we
2000s.
had one before. No? Didn't you bring one to the shop one time that new? I think you
You know
did.
what? I might have. Yep, I did. Yeah.
Maybe 8 years ago or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I was like, why did you bring this? Why did you bring this for crib?
Just in
Anyway,
McRibs.
man. So we're going to talk about the COVID-19 stimulus bill and them trying to lock motherfuckers up. I did want to kind of talk about Kid Capri. Someone sent me a video. I should shout him out. Actually, it was Earl Will. Sent me a video, a screen recording of Kid Capri on Clubhouse, basically talking about a pension plan for DJs that he's trying to set up. You got to hear this.
Are you gonna?
No. Listen. Shut the fuck up and listen to this. All right.
I can't wait.
You'll make money later on. You will have to, pay money, your dues or whatever it is, or however they set it up. But the point is, you'll have a pension to where later on, when you're older, you'll have money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to set that up, and also we're trying to set up this thing where we set up a credit line for DJs that don't have credit. So those are the two things I was working on before the quarantine. I've been in touch with my man that I've been talking to, going back and forth about it, but it's hard to move because of everything that's going on. But once everything over, we want to get right back to it. And, it might not be an easy task, but it looks good. And once it does happen, it's a feather in the cap for the DJs, because you got to keep in mind, y'all don't have no pensions. You're DJs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not writing no music. And if you unless you're a DJ that writes and you publishing your music or whatever, then you get your bread. But most DJs are not writers, and they depending on check to check to do show to show. So you have to look at it like that. You don't have no nothing like that. So if this passes through, this is something that's going be for everybody. You be able to be taken care of, and you ain't got to worry about later on if you're gonna be all right or not. And I think that's a pretty good thing, and I'm hoping it go through. But we really working hard on it. Yeah.
Get it, kid. Get it, kid.
Yeah, he says if it gets through, like if it's a fucking bill through government.
I have a question, man.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be foul here.
Tell me.
Would you trust a pension plan? Wait. I'm not trying to first of all, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like Kid Capri is like an idol to me, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, would you trust a pension plan that Kid Capri was in charge of?
The way you making it sound, like it's
That's gonna be a no
making
for
it
me,
sound
dog.
bad. But I don't know, man.
You trusting Kid Capri with your money?
I don't know, man.
Fam,
I'm not trusting
be
Kid Capri
real.
with my money.
Are you gonna trust a pension plan with Kid Capri? Like you even laughing about it.
I don't know, man. Maybe
So-
we got to see.
There was an interview with Clark Kent, right? And Clark Kent spoke, I forgot what it was for, but he spoke about creating a union for DJs and producers.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
And it was like union dues, and I think it was basically something in the lines of a pension plan.
He said he'd been trying it for years,
Yeah.
a long time ago.
And we've even talked about like potential. I mean, I don't know if we talked about it on a podcast, but I definitely talked to you guys about it.
This has been on the podcast for 2 years.
Yeah, well, we were saying having a union
for Medicare,
For healthcare.
for healthcare,
Yeah,
even like lawyer
Dental,
fees,
lawyer
having like an in-house lawyer that could go through contracts and advise motherfuckers on shit.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
And with those union fees, you can include healthcare and a pension,
Yeah.
and have motherfuckers just pay dues every month on that
401k.
shit.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Depending on how much you make a year, it would be, it would kind of take a percentage of whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a good idea.
I just want not.
My whole thing is I don't know if
But not from Kid Capri.
I don't.
That's
I don't
fucked
know.
up, man.
No, I mean,
Sorry, kid. Great DJ.
I trust.
to say the least.
For some reason, I trust Clark Kent a little bit more.
I trust. Yeah, I was.
Why is that though? What's the difference?
I just feel like he's more not to this, but maybe more organized a little bit. I don't know.
I've had bad experiences with Kid Capri.
Capri. I've heard that a lot about people.
Did we talk about this in a podcast before? Because I don't
don't
want to
know.
like blow anybody's spot up.
You did once, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
But I had to. Yeah.
I
take
mean,
some
long
insight.
story short, Kid Capri, I mean, he's a very,
Don't say the specific story because you said the story and I had to bleep out names.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I had to do it because we had to protect him. But you can say that it was not a fun experience with him.
I mean, it was. It makes me question to think if I would put money into a pension plan with this
Same,
motherfucker.
Bro. Same.
You know what I'm saying?
But I've heard bad run-ins with Kid Capri by a lot of DJs.
So what you think? He would like Will he take the money or will he invest it he'll make the wrong decisions?
I don't know. Like it's a weird thing, man.
It's like DJ Envy when he did all that gathering the money top of the pandemic.
Imagine you putting something into a pension plan for like 10 years.
And then you go knocking on the door.
And then you try to you try to claim your pension
money and it's not there.
and it's not there. I don't know. I'm not saying Kid Capri's gonna rob nobody.
That's kind of like, remember that movie The Heist with Ben Stiller?
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
And then he took all the workers' pension money.
Well, it's about Bernie Madoff, right?
Yeah, he tried to take the pension so they could have more money, but he wound up stealing their money.
Yeah.
So you think Kid Capri going to do
He's gonna heist it.
I might know if I just see
Bernie Madoff?
you can't lie because you can't lie because if you start seeing Kid Capri driving like
Lexus,
a bunch of
like
cars that he
Mercedes.
should be driving, you'd be like, yo,
A Lambo, Rolls
Yeah,
Royce.
yeah.
New teeth. Like it's gonna be something.
if you're gonna start a pension plan, you have to be really, really upfront about how motherfuckers are getting paid.
Yeah.
And exactly from that, because we saw what happened with Wyclef too.
What happened with Wyclef?
With Wyclef, and he had like a Haiti fund.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that was.
Remember, he was always riding for Haiti. You know, he's
yeah.
like a proud Haitian. I think he ran for. Did he run for president or some shit? He ran for something.
Something in office.
Yeah, some office shit.
Yeah, but they ended up taking a whole bunch of that money.
And it ran away with it
Well, I mean, they were just overpaying motherfuckers and then like building offices that like
for no reason.
yeah, extravagant, luxurious offices and like
Did he have like the Spider-Man Lamborghini?
Yeah, he did. I was gonna say that.
I'm saying if Wyclef is gonna do that with money for
His
Haiti,
own country. What can Kid Capri do with our money?
I mean, I'm not saying Kid Capri gonna do nothing, man. Like I got
it's
a
all
lot of
jokes, by
respect
the
for
way.
him,
It's all
man.
jokes.
I mean, some of it is jokes, but
There's a little truth behind it, but it's all jokes. This is.
are you
jokes.
gonna be the first to sign up for the Kid Capri
Fuck
pension
no,
plan?
I'll never sign up.
I don't know, man. You never know.
Would you put like $350 a month on it?
I got to get more information about it. I'm not going to say yes and I'm not going to say no.
No, I ain't never been cheap ass over here. Fuck no. Dude,
He's
that's
not
a lot
saying-
of money
He's
to
just
risk.
not. He's not gonna try to disrespect Kid Capri.
Because he's a goat.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but still. I'm talking about money and me giving you my money.
But we know damn well when we stop recording,
He's
never,
gonna be like,
never
"Oh,
gonna be
fuck
like,
that."
I'm not gonna put no money into that shit.
it was all for, it was all for entertainment
That's not
purposes.
true, man.
I'm not even gonna bring up the, you know,
The what?
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Dickhead.
I'm
Anyway,
not. Should we just start this?
let's just go.
keep it
Top
going.
10.
Oh, wait. Actually, you know what? I want to talk about the Senator Tillis thing. So let's hit up my man P Dot. P Dot's like, he was our tech guy. He's a
Video
Road
guy.
Podcast alumni. He helped us with the video audio back in the day, and he's just the go-to guy when it comes to all this nerd shit.
Yeah, we don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna hit him up.
All right.
What up, fam?
What up, P Dot?
What up,
Yo,
dog?
what's up, man?
Good to see you guys. Miss you guys.
I miss you
Hope you've
guys,
been well.
man.
Same here, man.
I hope you've been good during this pandemic, man.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
trying to stay healthy, trying to stay good.
I heard you caught a little bit of the bug, but you got through it.
Yeah, I did get it early on.
Yeah.
Maybe like July. It wasn't too bad, but I mean, it wasn't fun to get through. It was tough.
Shit.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, it's good, man. You look healthy. You're looking handsome. I missed your face. Well, I want to talk about this bill because we were talking through Instagram DMs, right? Mm-hmm. And we were talking a little bit more about it. And basically, Senator Tillis, right, was basically he must have gotten hit up by the labels, right? The labels must have hired some lobbyists to like bribe members of Congress and introduce this into the legislation. And basically, illegal streaming of works, including movies and music, could carry a penalty of up to 10 years. Mm-hmm. They're definitely coming after. It sounds like, I don't know, man. Like, you could tell me more about this, Peter, but this is me and my speculation.
Okay.
Basically, right now, for labels to enforce the copyright infringement, they have to spend their own money. They got to spend their own lawyers.
Oh,
right?
so they got to pay for everything.
They got to pay for everything.
Got it.
Now, in order for them to kind of, and then the thing is, if they're battling the labels and these streaming apps and these labels, they got They got lawyers too.
Yeah.
They got maybe even better lawyers than the fucking labels.
I mean, if we're talking about Twitch only,
I mean,
they
we're
got
talking about
Amazon money, baby.
Yeah. Twitch, Amazon.
They got the Bezos
They
money.
got
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos was on the record saying he doesn't know what they're talking about. Right? He stood in front of.
That's chump change to him. That's
Yeah.
like money he keeps in his pocket.
But he even stood in front of. Didn't he stand in front of like Congress and was like, "I don't know what y'all talking about" when they brought up the
Yeah,
music
man.
infringement?
That's way too down his the pay grade ladder.
Yeah. Well, no, he knows what they're talking about. He just knows. So basically, the labels, I don't even think they could. I think they're knocking on the door and no one's answering. So they're hitting up all these streaming apps and they're hitting up all of these sites
Yeah.
and no one's answering. So they're ringing the doorbell. So now what these labels are doing, they went to Congress. They're trying to make it a felony so that they can actually sit down with these streaming apps and these sites and finally get their attention and negotiate a deal or something, right?
Yeah.
So, Peter, let us know a little bit more about what you know from the inside.
So, first of all, I guess we should go back to what DMCA is, right? Because
Right.
that's kind of where this all stems from. So, DMCA is the Digital Music Copyright Act. It was something passed a long time ago, kind of like after the Napster era, when the labels first kind of fought online sharing of music.
Right.
So that was their kind of way to introduce some type of legislation, some type of law, and just put it on the books saying that, like, yo, it's illegal to stream copyrighted music online or share it. I shouldn't say stream, but share it in any way, right? So where you really first saw DMCA really hit hard was YouTube a couple years ago.
Oh yeah. About 8 years.
I mean, you can still search all your songs, your favorite songs on YouTube, and you'll find like a copy of it or whatever. Maybe it'll be bad quality, maybe it'll be good quality. But this is also the same reason why a lot of the songs you see online now are actually posted by the label, because DMCA didn't work. So they needed to get ahead of all the people posting their music anyway and just hope that they ended up at the top of the search history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because back in the day, you could get like the whole album for Low End Theory on YouTube.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
listen to
it'd just be like a playlist, right? And you just click on it and you can get through the whole thing.
Right.
So the label, since YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, the only second to Google, and Google owns both of them, they needed to get ahead of it. So because DMCA really didn't work on a large scale, they just kind of started posting the music. Now where this got even more tricky was when people started posting more videos, like vlogs like Casey Neistat and all those other big vloggers when vlogging came around. And DMCA kind of hit again because all these people were trying to use popular music to put as the backdrop of all their like cinematic everyday videos, right? And what happened was they were getting so many views, like millions of views, that to the point where it got the attention of the record labels again, and they started enforcing DMCA once again. Now, what the labels did is they don't have actual people checking like every single video. What they do is they have like an algorithm that'll like search through all the new videos that get posted to whatever source. So YouTube was like the first really big one.
Basically,
And-
like a Shazam, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, basically, it would, as soon as you uploaded the video, it would kind of filter through their algorithm, and then it would issue a strike to the record labels would issue a strike to YouTube saying like, hey, this is copyrighted music. So at first they would actually take the video down because YouTube didn't really have a policy about it. Then they started enforcing their new policy. I think it's called Content ID, where instead the deal they struck with the record labels is that instead of taking down your content, what they would do is the record label would either have the choice of A, mute it, or B, they would, if the video was going to make money, all revenue would go straight to the label.
Right.
But
Yes.
you get to keep your content up.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to where Twitch is, DMCA didn't really hit Twitch. It did kind of maybe about 24 months ago, but they never really got hit up the way that YouTube did because it's just not as searchable. It's nowhere near as big. Now, this is a huge deal for us now as DJs, and just because of the rise of streaming, of course, during quarantine and everything.
Right,
where
during the pandemic,
more people, exactly, more people are posting things with music, and there's DJs and live performers and people that are gaming that are putting music in the background. So Twitch is growing at an exponential rate, especially now. It's probably seen like the biggest growth, I would say,
Right.
that they've seen in a while, just with everybody hopping on and just not even people streaming, but a lot of people viewing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because other things to watch on Netflix and HBO or whatever. Let's see what else is on the internet. Now, the reason why with Twitch it's kind of up in the air is because they don't have a system like Content ID that YouTube has, where YouTube struck that deal where, hey, okay, don't take the content down, we'll just give you the money. And I really think that that's got to be where Amazon and Twitch kind of take it. It's like, if the streamer's going to make money on the whatever they're putting out, and you're going to flag it, just go ahead and give them the money anyway.
Yeah.
Now,
well,
as a stream,
it kind of started with Instagram Live, right? They started coming at Facebook,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because Facebook's actually been, they got hit up for DMCA too, but see, they actually did it the opposite way, where they didn't want to share revenue at all. So their policy was just take it down, and we don't want to deal with it at all. We don't want to come up with a system like Content ID where it's going to shift the revenue. We're just going to make it as easy as possible for ourselves and just cut it off. So no strings attached. You know, you don't have to deal with us. We don't have to deal with you. And
D-Nice pretty much fucked that up for everybody, right? Because he was just going viral with all that shit. Because there was a bunch of DJs
in a way
on IG Live, right?
But see, that's where, like, I think Twitch needs to kind of catch what D-Nice did, right? Where they can get ahead of it still. Where when D-Nice did it, he obviously got white flagged, and Facebook and Instagram was paying for whatever the content or the copyright was for whatever music he was playing.
Yeah.
They had to strike a deal because they didn't have a policy in place where everybody else could keep streaming. And that's why I think Instagram missed a huge opportunity there, because everybody moved to Twitch because everybody was sick of getting cut off after like 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Where right now on Twitch, you can still stream. The only thing that gets cut off or muted out is your VODs or your videos on demand. So the things that get saved after.
The archive, yeah.
Yeah, the archive.
Yeah, exactly. So the gamers are getting hit because they want to put like whatever the hottest music is on while they're playing their game or whatever. And they're going on for hours. I'm talking about 6-8 hours long, right? They're letting the songs rock. So that's where the DMCA is kind of hitting, and where the labels are more upset is because you're getting like 8 hours of content with copyrighted music behind it for most of it. And these kids are making upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 a month in revenue from Twitch.
Right.
And they're not seeing a dollar, right? And I'm not talking about like 5, 10 people. Let's say probably like at least maybe 1,000, 1,500 people are making 5 figures a month on Twitch streaming.
Damn. Wow,
And
man.
you make like, or you think about it, as a big component of their stream is not just, you know, talking to the camera and playing the game, but in between games, having music, having like setting a vibe. You know, they all have like elaborate sets behind them, whatever. So if you take away that aspect of music and they're just sitting there blank, quiet, talking to somebody, that's going to affect the way they conduct their business being streaming.
But it's also the music in the games. So they're getting shut
Yes.
down. They're getting caught for the music that's already licensed in the game.
Yeah.
And so they're getting shut down for that.
Yeah, so that part's a little bit trickier. We can get into that in a second.
Yeah.
Because that's a little bit trickier. But as far as like the music they're playing during their streaming, right? I think that Twitch needs to find, and they will figure out a way to come up with some type of system, because if you take your top 15, 20% revenue makers, right? Because all of these guys are getting anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 subs a month. And a subscription is anywhere from $5 to $15, depending on how, like what tier of subscription you get, right? And there's thousands of dollars a month for each streamer as just donations, right? And Twitch is getting the majority cut of each and every one of those.
Well, 50%, right? 50% of the subs, definitely.
50 to 40%, depending on the tier you are with Twitch.
Right.
So if your largest money makers, the top tier, is that upset with you, and there's another platform such as YouTube that they can go to where they already have a system in place to kind of deal with that, eventually your largest money makers are going to either leave or complain enough where, you know, they're going to make you act on it. And I think that Twitch is going to have to come up with the way that YouTube did, to come up with a content ID system where they can just move the revenue over. Because as far as DJs, and you know, there's tons of DJs and there's lots of people that get thousands of views every time they stream, or hundreds of views when they stream. we're a very small fraction of the income side of Twitch, right?
Less than
And
1%, would you say?
yeah, so, somewhere around there.
See, the problem is all these DJs on social media and Twitter, they're so I'm gonna make fun of them a little bit. They're so self-absorbed, right? That they think that, like, oh, they're coming after the DJs, they're coming after DJs. They don't give a shit about the DJs on Twitch. Like, you guys are small potatoes. They don't give a fuck about y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the gamers, right?
Exactly, right? So like if we're a penny to a dollar to what the gamers make, the labels really don't care about us. It's the Twitch as a whole, right? So and this is why if you think about how it's implemented right now, where the only thing that really gets muted, like you can stream 6-7 hours and you're not going to get stopped or muted as you're playing, right? As you're DJing, you can play all the copyrighted music you want and you're not going to get taken down like Instagram or Facebook would do to you on Twitch. It's just the archive that gets hit.
Right.
And the reason it's like that is because that's what's most important to all these gamers, is because the Twitch audience is kind of built where they know that you might stream from in the afternoon from say like 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., but maybe you're at work and they know that archive is going to be up when they get home. So they're going to watch that instead, like they would watch TV. There's a whole generation of kids where this is their main source of media, right? They watch their favorite streamers on Twitch. They might watch a little bit in Netflix, but the percentage of people that watch it live and the percentage of the people that watch it after, it's kind of up in the air, right? It's not leaning towards just live. And you do make revenue on those archives as well, because there's ads that run through that whole thing. So if you have, say, 6-7 hours of gameplay with copyrighted music behind it, and there's ads running every 30 minutes, and I'm not talking about 1 30-second ad, I'm talking about like maybe 5 to 8, depending on, in a block, I'm talking about, depending on how long the stream is, that's thousands and upon thousands of dollars of revenue a month if there's, so many people watching these archives. And that's why those archives are getting hit. Now, people may complain about, or DJs may complain about the archives getting like muted or whatever, and that's really kind of unfortunate. But if you really think about it, does that really affect us as DJs? Does that really affect us as streaming? Does that really make it seem like Twitch or the government is going after us as far as like trying to like take away our revenue stream? Like, no, the majority of us are making our money on Twitch with subscriptions and people watching and people donating live on the spot. And there's, even before they started muting our videos, there's very few people, because I look at these stats too, there's not that many people that go back and watch the shows as far as live DJing goes on Twitch that'll come back and watch it, because we're on for maybe like 1 to 3 hours. And kind of the magic of DJing, just like it is in the club, is seeing it live and seeing what's going to happen and, being there and part of the vibe and being part of the chat like you would be in the crowd.
Probably less than 5% go to see the videos just because it's being muted as well. Yeah, it's more of a live. The live aspect is definitely the appeal to Twitch for DJs. Yeah,
exactly, right. So that's where I think, like, as far as like DMCA goes and like where this kind of rooted from, it doesn't affect us really as DJs. Now, the scary part about this bill that got introduced, but like you said, it probably isn't going to pass, or it's already been vetoed.
Yeah, vetoed.
Yeah, they needed, the record labels needed another way to kind of put their foot down and say like, hey, we want our money. Muting it's not working. People are getting around the DMCA system right now, so let's figure out another way to put our foot down and say like, pay us our goddamn money.
Right.
And they kind of snuck it in this bill, and it's like really shady. And I mean, it happens all the time in politics. Not going to get into that shit, but like, this is like kind of like, I saw another, like, I don't know, like metaphor or whatever, like that kid, like 10-year-old kid that got not locked up, but like fined like millions of dollars when he was downloading music off Napster, like downloaded like one album, like back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. Like they're going to make one example of somebody to try to scare everybody off, but it's going to take some type of compromise to like find a middle point to where people aren't getting locked up for 10 years for playing a song on a streaming service. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work. There's no way to enforce it. Like if you look at the bill, it doesn't even says it doesn't even say who's going to enforce this, right?
Right.
What is the government going to allocate thousands of people to watch Twitch and watch like YouTube all day long? No, there's no way.
The language is really vague on the bill.
It's very
and
vague,
they did it. They did that intentionally, so there's like a wider margin of potential offenders that they can penalize. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think the language was very vague because they knew that they're going to have to make some changes to it. Because if it's vague at the beginning, you can kind of whittle it down and figure out a middle point. But if you make it really specific, it's just going to get thrown away and they're going to have to start all over again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They can just add amendments as they go.
Exactly.
They can just keep adding amendments to everything. Yeah.
So they knew going in that this is a long play, not something that's going to happen right away. Like they built it on purpose where this probably isn't going to fly, but let's at least start let the record companies start the conversation as scary as possible to freak people out.
Let's do worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you already said they're going to make an example out of somebody. Probably going to be a gamer, possibly one DJ, but I doubt it. It's mostly going to be gamers.
I highly doubt it.
It's going to be gamers, right?
Yeah, because DJs don't make enough money on Twitch to even be on the radar of some of these record labels. I mean, like even D Nice, with all the celebrities he had on his IG Live, if he moved to Twitch and played on Twitch, he still wouldn't make the kind of noise, at least in the pockets of these record labels, that a really big time gamer would make.
Like a
You think
Ninja
so?
and stuff like that. Yeah, Ninja's a big gamer, bro, and he's put some of that copyrighted music on his shit before.
Yeah, but D Nice is the biggest DJ in the world right now, I would say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the point is that like I don't think he's gonna have enough. He'd have to be doing it for like at least like a month, 2-3 months before he would kind of like make enough noise as far as like money is concerned, right?
Yeah.
Where he might have like, I don't know, 20 or no, I shouldn't even say that, like maybe 100,000 viewers or whatever, like 200,000 viewers, whatever the case may be, right? But he'd have to DJ every day, because that's the thing about these gamers, right? That they're streaming every day, 6 to 8, 10, 12 hours a day, playing like copyrighted music, making all of this money that the record labels aren't getting a chunk of. And I think that's where they're going to be more upset, right? Like, is D Nice going to play 40 hours over 3 days? Like, I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
So I was talking to someone on Instagram, direct message, DJ Brian Guinness, and he was talking about DJs getting individual BMI licenses. Is that possible? From like ASCAP?
Yeah, but those shits are expensive, man. Like, are you really like if you're making enough money on Twitch, I guess it makes sense for you to kind of do it. I mean, that's not a cheap thing. And
can you explain a little bit more about the BMI licenses? Do you know what that is, kind of?
So I know from like a venue standpoint, as a venue that plays music, be it a restaurant or a bar or a club, you're supposed to have a license from like BMI or there's another one. I think there's 2 or 3 these copyright services, right? There's EMI, BMI, and ASCAP. Another one.
ASCAP.
Yeah. So you're supposed to pay, I don't know if it's annually or monthly or quarterly, a fee for playing copyrighted music in your space. So I guess it makes sense. Like maybe they offer a individual one. I haven't heard of that per se. I haven't looked into that at all. But from a venue standpoint, I know those shits are expensive. And I don't know if like you'd have to be making some serious dough to really think about kind of
Gain a BMI
licensing all that music from these companies. And from what I've seen, like it can really vary, right? Like they're gonna have to see like what your average viewership is, how many people you're reaching, and that's how they kind of make an average of what they decide to charge you, and you don't really have any choice but to accept their price.
So he's saying that you could buy a day license, and a BMI license for 1 day is $140 to $150.
God damn.
So he was saying if you have an event or you have like some type of big live stream event, that would be worth the money.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it this way too, right? BMI doesn't cover every single song. BMI only covers the songs that are signed to BMI. So what if you play a song that's not covered by BMI, it's covered by ASCAP, or it's covered by EMI? Then you're still fucked.
Yeah.
And that information isn't something that's not available on streaming services anymore. That's something you used to be able to see in liner notes of CDs and tapes and vinyl. Like, are you going to research every single song you're going to play for your event?
Yeah.
Are you going to trust that any DJ that you have play your event is going to do the same? I don't know.
There's gonna have to be a point where the DJs have to sit down with the labels, and there has to be a way for them.
I don't know why the labels
not to
don't
get
just
hit.
give us the fucking the green light just to
Because
play
they,
shit.
they want to make that money.
But they're like
they lose their money.
Yeah, but they're sacrificing pennies for where they can make millions if one of these viral moments happens for a DJ or a gamer where the song just fucking blows up and it becomes the
Well,
hottest thing.
here bears the question, the really important question: how important are DJs right now? You
Right
know?
now we're not.
I don't think it's important.
Social media, TikTok is far more important
that's-
to these labels.
Like that's what we were talking with Beat Source. We were talking about with Styles, right? That they're finally sitting down with the labels, and the labels are like they just don't realize the importance of DJs
Yeah.
because for them it's like it's not like it was in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s.
Old mentalities.
No.
Yeah.
It's completely different. People are creating their own playlists. They're creating their own selection of music. They're finding new ways of listening to music.
And artists don't even need labels no more.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
it makes it even worse.
It's just going to be a transitional period to figure that shit out. Because live streaming live streaming has been around for a while, like almost, close to 10 years now.
Yeah, a little bit longer than that.
Yeah. But really?
Yeah, Ustream and Justin TV, all that stuff.
Wasn't that like in the early 2010s though?
No, that was like 2008, 2007.
Was it?
I mean, I've been watching like gaming on before it was Twitch when it was still Justin TV in like late 08, 09.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then
Yeah.
over 10 years now.
And they finally get into it.
But it's hitting a mainstream probably
Yeah.
more this year, like, you know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
is crazy. Yeah. So
I mean-
they're going to have to figure it out. It's just going to take like a few years for them
The
to
thing
figure it out.
is it going to be worth figuring out once DJ stops streaming so much on Twitch and shit?
I don't think it's going to stop because I think some of these DJs are probably accumulating a larger following on streaming. And from what I've been seeing, DJs who are streaming, that doesn't translate to an actual live venue or
Yeah.
a live club.
Totally two different things.
Yeah. I know it seems
But a
like
lot
it's
of
not. It
these
seems like
DJs
it's not, but we've heard some of these venues hiring some of these
DJs off
these
of the
Twitch
streaming.
DJs being like, yo, they're killing it on Twitch. And then they get them at the venue and they're like, whoa, this is
They
completely
bomb.
Totally
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if P-Dot has all the answers.
Not all the answers.
I'm not saying I have all the answers.
Yeah, some of them though.
He said, he was saying he had all the answers, so I'm a little disappointed.
Get out of here. Get outta here. I got receipts, bro. And pull up those DMs. I didn't say that.
Hey, wait. Don't pull up the DMs.
Hey.
He's exposing you.
So,
No, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
like the one thing I will say is that the labels did start paying more attention when when more people like D&I started streaming, and
Yeah.
maybe they put their policy towards that, because you did see certain records from certain labels get you kicked off faster, and if you avoided those labels, you could just like skate free
Right.
right for the first couple months. But I think that overall, like in the long run, like DJs may have caught the attention of people on Facebook as far as content ID or just copyrighted content was concerned. But this bill that's getting put into the COVID stimulus really has very little to do with DJs streaming.
Yeah, but ultimately we'll be affected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll be affected either way.
I think we will be, but we'll be the last to be affected.
So last
You know what I
question. Last question. What is the alternative if we all move from Twitch and Twitch becomes like a dub?
I mean, the best alternative would be Mixcloud.
Right.
But actually, I think that this is a two-part question, right? It's like, what are you using Twitch for? Are you using Twitch to build an income, or are you using Twitch to build a following, right?
I think
Because-
both.
But that's the difference, right? Where if you move to Mixcloud, that service is going to cost you money, and I don't know off the top of my head if you have to be a paid subscriber to Mixcloud
Probably,
to watch those
Yeah.
streams.
I think it's
So
$15 a month.
are those people that need to pay to watch you gonna pay, or do you move to another service like YouTube or another one of these streaming services, or start like building your following somewhere else, where you can kind of still DJ online and push people that way for free, where the barrier to entry is a lot lower and they can still vibe with you? Or are you trying to build an income and make money like you would on Mixcloud?
Well, either way they
know what I mean?
Either way they can put up their Venmo and Cash App handles and try to make money off the side. Either way on any app, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but my point is that like Mixcloud's the best solution because they already handled the deal with all the labels, and you can DJ on there as long as you want and never have to worry about being taken down.
But
right?
I heard it's not there yet. It's not.
No, it's in.
It's still working.
As far as like the back end of it and all the services and being able to do all the things you can do on Twitch, it's definitely not there yet. Maybe if they grow big enough, they can add all of those features, and it can be as feature rich as Twitch is, as far as like chat and like emotes and subscriptions and yada yada yada.
Right.
But can you get all your audience to Mixcloud? You know what I mean? I mean, if you look back at the beginning of the pandemic when we were all DJing, or a lot of DJs were DJing on IG Live, we already had a following on IG Live or on IG where you just say like, hey, I'm going live, just click on the story, boom, boom, you can watch me. How many DJs were so turned off after IG Live and didn't want to go to Twitch because like, yo, how am I going to pull my people over there? I don't even want to think about it. Forget it. I'm out. Then how many people actually stuck through and tried to move people over there? Like, it's going to be really hard to get people to move to a paid platform where you were just going from free to free, and you lost how many percent of your following. You know what I mean?
Right. That's understandable.
So like, would you rather do that, or would you like try to find another way to stream for free on another site, or if you still want to stream because you're just kind of trying to build your following, you know what I mean? Compared to like if you get copyright struck or whatever and you get taken down, what's the loss? You're not losing any money, right?
Yeah.
Or do you find a way to convince all your audience to move to Mixcloud and pay the money, and you have to pay money out of pocket to get on the platform and play all the music you want?
Cool.
I think that, I don't know, Mixcloud's the best solution is if you're so worried of going to jail or whatever the case may be. But like you said, the platform just isn't there yet as far as like being able to do the things that you can do on Twitch, as far as like building a following and making income at the same time.
Yeah. Well, yo, Peter, thank you for coming through, man. It's good to see you.
Yep.
Good to see you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, good to see you, brother. And then
Miss you guys.
I know. Have a happy New Year, my man.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys.
All right, man.
All right.
Be safe, y'all.
You do the same.
Peace.
Man, shout outs to Peter for freaking clocking
Yeah.
in.
I mean, so basically, I don't think there's anything to worry about right now regarding the whole.
I was going to jail.
Yeah, no one's gonna go to jail. If anything, it'll be a bunch of gamers.
Yeah.
And
Don't worry, never. You okay?
I mean, yeah.
and if
I'm
anybody
like way
goes,
off the radar. Shit.
they're not gonna go after the little guys like us. You know, like
Trust me.
Yeah,
They're not coming after our drink tickets over here.
if anyone's gonna go to jail, it's gonna be Jazzy Jeff, Scratch Bastard, or Four Color Zach.
All you motherfuckers.
All them motherfuckers need to worry. That's all I
They're going
got.
to come after Sujin.
They're gonna come after Suji. They're gonna come after
Deluxe 5. All them dudes.
anyone with 500 plus numbers.
They're going to take
Yeah.
Scratch Bastard.
So don't worry about us.
Don't worry about us.
Yeah, Scratch
You know,
Bastard
They
need to
can take
worry.
his hot sauce away from him, too.
Give us that
Imagine
shit
leaving his
first.
house with all the boxes of hot sauce.
He was selling these. This was the clean money.
This is the funny thing. If Scratch Bastard got locked up, I could see him I could still see him being positive about
With that
it.
smile
Right?
on his face, right?
Can you imagine Scratch Bastard getting locked up?
Locked up, hands behind your back.
With the beanie on, with that smile on his face.
Somehow.
Hey, it's okay, guys.
It's all right.
I'll take the L for everyone.
I'll take it. I got it, guys. Just government officials coming out with boxes of hot sauce. This is how you wash this money.
That'd be the funniest shit. Four Color Zach, Scratch Bastard, Jazzy Jeff getting locked up. Oh my god. And motherfuckers gonna start making t-shirts. Free Scratch Bastard.
Free bastard.
Oh, man.
They're gonna start GoFundMes and everything.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was so good. Good job, guys. That was a great.
Yo, why are we disrespecting so many DJs in this?
Right?
It's the end of the year, baby. Let's laugh about this year.
Damn, who's gonna pay for Scratch Bastards Capri pension fund? We all gotta donate money for that pension fund.
Free
Oh,
bastard.
shit. Yo, we going to hell, man.
Here we
Is
are.
this how we-
I already live there. I already have a condo down
Is
there.
this how we
guys.
ending this? Yo.
We could be
Fuck you.
the most hated DJs in the
Hey, we're not
community.
we're not the most loved.
Oh wow.
So might as well be the most hated if we're not the most loved.
Welcome to our podcast wrap up.
I know. This is how we wrapping up 2020, y'all.
It's been a shitty year. Let's just end the shitty.
Keep it positive. Keep it positive.
Peace and love. I believe.
I'm imagining Scratch Bastard when he comes out of jail. He's gonna come out all tatted up with teardrops and shit on it. Just gonna change.
Just a ginger, bro.
Be like an angry ass motherfucker, man.
He gonna be breaking
that
fucking
that
feathers.
smile's gonna be gone.
He's gonna be yoked up. You know when motherfuckers come out of prison,
This is what-
they got those tense shoulders.
Yeah.
You know those
Triceps.
tense ass shoulders? Yeah. You're gonna come out.
Oh man.
Oh shit, that was great.
All right, let's go to a recap, man. All right, so we do this every year, right? We do the yearly recap.
Last year we did the decade, yes.
Yeah, we did the decade last year. This year for 2020, obviously it was hard because of the
little
pandemic. A lot of us weren't DJing.
Yeah.
So a lot of, this is the list that we're going to do, the top 5 club hits. The
Oh,
top 5.
what could have been potential club hits?
That's the tricky thing is we don't know what,
what we think would have won.
it's all going to be speculation at this point.
Yeah.
And then we have the top 5 worst songs, right? We have the top 5 personal favorite songs.
I like that.
We have the top 5 artists
Yes.
of 2020, and we have the top 5 most overrated artists, and then we have the top 5 best albums,
Yes.
and then we're gonna add to this our favorite editors,
Yes, yes, yes.
our favorite remixers, DJ producers who made like
Put out
maybe the
music this
illest
year.
edits. Yeah. All right, man. Should we stop? We should start at the top, right?
Club hits.
Yep.
Top 5 club hits. Who's gonna start it off?
Never always
We
starts
can start
first.
off.
Yeah.
5 start at 5, right? At 5 to number 1.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5, Go Crazy. Chris Brown and Young Thug.
Oh,
one.
good choice. Good
Good one.
choice.
Number 4, Savage. Remix.
Okay, yeah.
Remix with Beyonce.
Make the Stallion and Beyonce.
Got it.
Number 3, What's Poppin'?
What's popping? Jack
Jack
Harlow.
Harlow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Number 2, The Bots. Vidovich.
Yes.
That was this year.
Yeah.
I double checked
And
that.
number 1 is WAP.
WAP.
Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion again. And the reason I said WAP is because I did do a couple of gigs this year. I did a couple of pool parties.
Yeah.
And I was like, all the girls kept coming up to the booth asking for that fucking song. So that's my number 1.
I don't have any arguments for your top 5.
Right?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't have any arguments. Do you?
I don't like WAP.
It's not about what you like, motherfucker.
I'm saying that. I just don't like it. But then again, my 5 may be the worst things.
I don't like you wearing shorts and sitting on my couch. I don't like seeing your kneecaps.
Oh, because I have healthy kneecaps. I have good healthy kneecaps. Darren.
I just cooked a pork shoulder for
Oh
Christmas.
my god!
Those kneecaps are making me. I want to marinate them
You wanna get some
motherfuckers. About to cook them shits. Those are the first. If we were stranded on an island and Jamie died, I'd go after those kneecaps.
He's the first to go.
I'll slow cook them
He's
kneecaps like a
gonna die,
motherfucker.
baby.
8 hours on that bitch.
Forget the fish, whatever.
Like, we're not gonna go fishing.
Just go for his
They're
kneecaps.
meaty. Look at how meaty those kneecaps are, man. Can they see that on
No,
camera?
I'm cutting it off.
Nah, I like it. I like it. Ooh, them shit
yeah.
is juicy. Pause. All right, man. Top 5 club hits. Jamie.
I'm going number 5. Potential would have been "Go Crazy," Chris Brown and Young Thug.
Okay.
"The Woo" by Pop Smoke featuring Roddy Ricch and 50 Cent.
Okay.
Oh wow!
It's a good song. It's a good
I don't
song.
know about the club, but
I don't know about top 5 of 2020, but go ahead.
"Yo Perreo Sola" by Bad Bunny.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
"What's Poppin'" Jack Harlow,
Yep.
and then
Jack Harlow, huh? Good.
"Da Kitty" by Bad Bunny and Jay Cortez.
Good one. That's kind of a little late in the year that popped off.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's my 5.
That's your
that's
5?
4.
No, it's 5. "Go Crazy," "The Woo," "Perreo Sola," "What's Poppin'," and "Da Kitty."
Good one. I'm glad you put some Latin in there.
Yeah, man, because I feel like people. Well, we can talk about it when the albums come out. But Bad Bunny dropped 3 albums this year, and all of them were pretty fucking good.
No, they were. Yeah.
Like, Yo Perreo Sola is from the first album, Top of the Year, and then the Kitty's from the last album he just put out a month ago. So he was just putting it. He was taking over this year for the Latin community. What's your 5?
My top 5 is a little scattered. It's more like a top 15, man.
Oh shit!
I
You're
couldn't.
overachieving ass.
Well, the thing is, just like there's obvious joints, right?
Oh yeah, I had some obvious ones too.
Right. Like Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now, right? The Weeknd, Blinding Lights, right? I got to give it up to Doja Cat, Say So. That was a huge song this year.
Yes.
And then Drake, Laugh Now, Cry Later. I think that's huge. I think that's one of the big. I think actually a lot of the shit that Drake dropped, if the clubs were open, it would have been major hits.
Oh yeah,
in the fucking clubs.
People are not probably giving Drake his just due, but he put out a lot of music this year.
He put a ton. He was about.
That's a lot, yeah.
He was extremely fucking consistent.
Yeah, very active, and not just with his own shit, but features and
Yeah.
shit like remixes and shit.
Now we're talking about Latin top club hits. I would say Maluma Weekend, the Hawaii remix,
Yes.
right? And I think Karol G had a great fucking year.
Oh, she had a good. She
I
started
mean,
off strong,
Tulsa was the end of 2019. I consider that a 2020 record. Tulsa.
but that wasn't to come into the summer of this year.
Yeah, Tulsa and Adios Mio, right? And Bichota, right? Those are big joints. Also with Latin, do you pronounce it Sec? With Daddy
Oh,
Yankee?
Sec, yes.
The Relacion remix with Rosalia.
You burning out my shit.
Am I?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
it's cool.
No, but that was a
big record.
that was a
She
big
performed
record.
that at Rosalia did her verse on the Savage Fenty runway fucking fashion show they did live.
It might be. I might say that's one of the best choruses I've heard in a minute. That
Very
chorus,
good, very good chorus.
Do you know what we're talking about now?
I don't know what song.
I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Hold on. To me, man, that hook,
That hook is
that
amazing.
melody of that hook is fucking
So
catchy
you
as
think
fuck.
that would have been big in the clubs?
That would have been huge.
Yeah.
Especially if they made like a up tempo version, like
A
maybe
little-
at
Sped it up a bit.
Yeah.
105, you know.
I don't know
100.
what BPM that was.
It's probably 89 or 90.
It's very slow.
Yeah. But if they sped that shit up, you know me,
Redrum, a little redrum.
I'll take any redrum, any reggaeton redrum. I'll take that
Throw it
shit.
this way.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And then honestly, I wanted to note a couple of club joints that I thought would have been big, which is I want to mention that Young T Bugsy, that Don't Rush.
Oh yeah, Don't Rush.
So
he
tight.
hates the song.
Yeah. Oh, you hate that
I
joint?
hate that song. man.
Yeah, he
Really?
hates that song. Every time we're in the car, I have to skip it.
It's like no, it was like a certain. I can say who it was, but
Yeah.
they did a video with a certain venue did a video with that song, and like
Yeah.
it just made the song look bad. That's all.
But as far as I don't know,
But it's
like,
a good song.
It's a good
song. I ain't
production
gonna lie,
song.
Yeah.
I put it there with like dancehall Afro beats,
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
I feel
But
it.
like that's got to be a standoff for this year.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta
I
give
mean,
props to
I
that.
was playing it. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big song.
And then I don't know. There's some of these songs I want to mention, but I don't know if they're gonna be on your list.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say Whoopty, CJ.
No.
You don't know that?
Do you know
That
what
was a
is?
big song. Yeah.
Whoopty
It's
is
a big song right
huge
now.
in New York. It's like huge in New York.
I'll look
Let
it
me
up.
play it. Hold on. No,
It's a
that
good
would have
record,
been
it's a good
that would have
record.
been a club banger, especially like in hip hop. And it probably would have leaked over in the summer, man. That shit
For
would have
sure.
That shit would have hit all the LA day parties and shit.
All the everyday
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Last Sunday every month.
And then I gotta mention Quicksand right?
Okay.
That's another big record that I think if the clubs was open, it would have been. Did you know that? Have you heard it?
Yeah.
And then also Lemonade, Internet Money.
I love that record.
That's
Yeah.
a big song right now.
That's
yeah.
Big
a
record
big
right now.
song. And then also Adderall, man, the Corvette, the remix with Lil Uzi Vert,
Yes.
that Pop Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
That's catching a lot of like TikTok buzz
I think
and shit.
if things open up, hopefully next year, Lemonade might take over the summer because that record is really good.
The Lemonade is really good.
It's really good. It's,
Yeah.
it's well produced. It's well fucking.
It's really good.
Well, you talking about songs that you think might have popped off in the club?
Yeah,
Did you know that song "Thick"?
yeah,
By-
that would have been big.
That would have
too.
been one too. Yeah. So since we mentioned the songs
that one, and I think Then Leave, that joint.
Yeah.
Then Leave.
yeah.
Take that bread in the hand, then leave.
Mhm.
Like I think that those would have been like just a part of the Ratchet set. It would have been huge.
Yeah.
major.
All right, man. Well, not bad picks, man.
Mhm.
I can't hate on any of those, man.
Oh no, but now it's the hating segment.
Yeah, I
the
know.
top 5
Okay.
worst songs.
The top 5 worst songs, y'all. DJ Never, top
right.
5 of
You
2020.
know what song? All right. "Body," Meg Thee Stallion.
Yo, you hate that, huh?
Okay.
Man, I hate that fucking song. Number 4, Whitmore, Black Eyed Peas.
Oh,
Ritmo, yes.
Whitmore. Oh, man.
I think it's kind of crazy that the Black Eyed Peas took over like
They
the Latin
tried.
charts.
Yeah,
They
man.
took over the Latin
They
charts,
had to
yo.
do something different, man.
But they did it well. They went after Becky G. They went after Balvin. They went after these big time acts, and they did pretty well. They knew how to play it.
This one y'all might not agree with me. Tootsie Slide, Drake.
It was interesting for the time.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but you hated that though.
Yeah,
It was
man,
bad.
this is
Worse.
corny, man. All right.
That's pretty tough, but yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, Bored in the House, Tiger.
Bored in the
Bored in the House,
Shouts
Bored
to
in the House,
Sujit.
boy.
You were playing that shit though.
Yeah, but doesn't mean he likes it. He plays
No,
bad
no,
music.
no, no. I remember we had an episode and we were playing new music that's popping, and he played that shit. No,
I would never do that,
I
man. Now you wildin', man.
I don't remember.
No fucking way, man.
Top of the year was you. Man.
I bet you next month's pension on the Kid Capri. I'm gonna look for that episode.
Yes.
Jamie, we're gonna look for that.
Look
Yeah,
for it,
I already
man.
know what episode it is.
Put
too.
your Kid Capri pension on the.
I'll put it on the table.
It's on the reset episode.
I
The
got
reset
you.
episode.
Let's do it.
All right, yo.
And number 1, Trolls, 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
with
bad.
you.
That was bad.
I even forgot about that record.
That's tough, man. Yeah.
Well, let me piggyback off of yours, never.
All right, Jamie. What was your top 5?
Number
worst
5
songs?
for me was Body, Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
Also,
wow.
I hate that
2
song.
votes for that, huh?
Rockstar the Baby. I'm not a big fan. It's an annoying song. I don't really like it.
Is it because it has that country twang in it? I don't know.
It's
I think
it's
that
an
was like
annoying
the
song.
biggest song of the year.
It was, but
Yeah.
it's one of the most worst songs for me. Tootsie Slide, I'm agreeing with Nev.
Thank you.
I didn't like
That's
it.
number 3, huh?
I didn't like it, man. And you know me, I love Drizzy Drake, but no, he could have kept that one in the hard drive.
Interesting.
Tap In, Sweetie.
Tap in. Oh, you didn't like it. You thought it was disrespectful to
And
the Bay.
No. Yeah, area. No, it just don't touch that classic. You can't touch Blow the Whistle in any form, shape, in any space in the world. Why are you touching that?
I think a lot of older heads were like, just like, why are you doing this? This is like the most uncreative thing in
yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people just ran with it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
and I love Sweetie, but no. And then WAP, Meg Thee Stallion. I hate that song.
Really?
I hate anything that makes me like.
You hate wet pussy. I understand.
I hate.
you like that shit dry
I see what you did there.
and coarse.
You know, just like a biscuit from Popeyes, man.
If it doesn't make that sound when you
Yes.
go inside,
No, you got
you need
to
that squeak. It needs to be like squeaky clean,
Yeah,
like when you
squeaky
hop
clean.
out the shower and dry off.
just dry skin against each other.
Nice.
Yeah, those are my top 5 of
Top
worst
5?
songs.
All right. My top 5 worst songs.
Here we go, baby.
Dance Monkey. That joint.
I'm with
Do
you.
you know what song that is?
I'm with you.
Savage Love with Jason Derulo.
I was gonna put that on mine.
You know what? All of those. Yeah.
Hey, that didn't get that much play though, man.
What? It's the
That
biggest
was
song on
all
TikTok.
over. I think any of those TikTok songs
okay,
just
yeah,
annoyed
that's
the fuck out of
alright.
me.
Yes.
And you know what wasn't a bad song, but just got annoying? Was that St. John Roses, the Man Band
I knew you were
remix.
gonna say that.
I kind of like that song, man.
I do like it too, but I see what you. It does
It
get
was
annoying.
fucking-
That's
This
how I
is-
feel
this is
about
the-
the
this is the
baby
problem.
rock star.
This is the problem, though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, hating.
there wasn't really any songs that I hated this year because I wasn't forced to play them multiple times every week.
Yeah.
So I can't really hate on that
Totally
shit.
different, yeah.
So even the St. John Roses and the Savage Love Jason Derulo and the Dance Monkey, I didn't really play those joints. I didn't have to play those joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there wasn't really that many bad songs because I wasn't forced to just hear them over and over and over every fucking weekend.
I mean, with me, the reason I hated Body was because that fucking chorus and the fucking dumb videos everybody kept
See,
doing.
I'm
that
not-
day.
I'm not even mad at that. You know why I'm
It's
not mad at
annoying.
that? Because it's like we don't have many songs that cross over. And those are one of those crossover songs, so I'll take that.
This is the same guy that said Megan
know?
Thee Stallion cannot pull a fucking song by herself.
I know. You know what?
You gonna take that back?
I take that back. I stand.
Hold on, let me run the receipt back. Let me do the
I
return.
stand corrected. You know what? She stepped it up in 2020. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah.
She stepped it up in 2020.
You think she would have been the biggest artist this year?
She would have been at the top. Yeah.
Top. Yeah.
And then I have a list of songs that were like that soft. I call it the soft contemporary trap rock.
Oh.
The soft contemporary trap rock that basically kind of took from like Travis Scott and that Roxanne song.
Yeah.
And all of these songs sounded like that.
Roxanne.
It just all sounded like that. It was like all of this like filler ass, like white kids, like just doing hip hop R&B shit. It was like what was it? The Falling. I'm gonna play some of these because they all sound the same.
Yes.
You know what it reminds me of? Like a hip hop version of "Steal My Sunshine" and "Steal My Sunshine," like that joint. Well, I'm not hating on it. I just think they're all from the same fucking animal.
The same tree.
Yeah. So all of those songs are kind of. I would have gotten annoyed this whole year if I was in the clubs and if I was just out and about hearing that shit everywhere. All right, so then
Top 5 personal favorites.
top 5 personal songs.
Take it away,
Your
DJ
favorites.
Never.
Number
Never.
5. You know what? You're gonna be surprised by some of these songs.
Yeah.
After Party, Don Toliver.
What is that?
You
Let me
never heard
look it
that?
up.
You look it up, man.
Actually, I'm not mad at it, Nev. It's actually
That was a good song,
It's
yeah.
a really good song. I forgot about that. That came out this year?
That's a no for me.
Oh.
All right.
Actually, I would have added that to my list of.
If I would have known that song existed.
I would have added that to my soft contemporary track rock. Go ahead.
Number 4, Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Oh, you like that song?
I do, yeah.
Huh.
It's a good song.
I'm not
Yeah.
expecting that from Nev.
It's a really good song.
Number 3, Go Crazy, Chris Brown and Young Thug.
Great
Yeah,
record.
great song.
I think that was a great song.
I think it's the best R&B song of 2020.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I might be surprised at my next 2.
Yeah.
Doja Cat, Say So.
Love that record.
That was a great song, man. I
we
think
all
that would
love
have
that
been one of
record.
the biggest songs of the summer.
I think it was. I think
think
it's.
it
I mean, club-wise, if
I
he was
think
in clubs, it would have been definitely up to
top
that.
10.
Yeah. And number 1, definitely gonna be surprised. Well, maybe not because I talk about this song all the time. Dua Lipa, Don't Stop Now.
Yeah.
I think that was a great song, man.
What a great record.
And it did come out the end of
Like the 2 days before.
in December. The last week of December
Yeah.
it came out, but it popped off this year.
Anything in November and December is basically 2020.
Especially
It's
December.
not- Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like my number 1 song.
Interesting
for the year.
picks.
I'm not mad at that.
I mean, some of those are
Good.
top club hits too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why it was like kind of hard to do my top club hits and do my top favorites. So I had to like kind of mix it up. But yeah, that's it.
All right, this I want to hear. Jamie's favorite. Here we
All
go.
right, number 5.
Top 5.
Whoop de Whoop. Time Flies by Drake. That's one of my favorite records.
Time Flies by Drake.
Yeah. I'm outside in the AMG. Right outside. TT. 2-turn, baby girl. Yeah. That's the record.
Wait, let me hear it.
Here you go.
Wait, Time Flies. Who is this?
Drake.
Drake.
It was one of the most popular songs from that demo. No, not demo tape that he put out, but the
I mean, that was good. I mean, that whole album was pretty
really
good, man.
exquisite. Really good.
Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Even
trying new
even
words
that
here.
Chicago freestyle was good.
That shit is close second. In Your Eyes, The Weeknd.
In Your Eyes, The Weeknd.
Oh my god. Fuck. And then the remix with Kenny G is even greater.
There's a remix with Kenny G.
Yes, he comes in with the fucking saxophone in the beginning. Woo, boy. That song goes, bro.
I want to hear the remix now with Kenny G.
It starts off he starts off in the beginning and he ends at the end.
Oh hell no! Let me hear this.
Oh, it's so good.
amazing
did a great-
album.
yeah.
He did a
Oh,
great
hell
job,
yeah.
man.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So then number 3 is Relacion by Sec and
Relacion, yeah.
featuring Balvin, Rosalie, and Daddy
So
Yankee.
good, yeah.
Great record.
Rosalia had a great year. She didn't have any standout hits.
No, but she kept herself in the bubble.
She got, this is the really interesting thing about Rosalia. She didn't have any standout hits, but she has a standout voice.
And presence.
In presence. And Carol G had bigger songs, but she doesn't have a recognizable voice.
And she doesn't have that standout.
She doesn't have the
Aura.
styling. Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't have the styling and the marketing that
Even
Rosalia has.
Rosalia was in that fucking
Am I pronouncing her wrong?
Rosalia.
Rosalia? I like Rosalia better.
Yes. Potato. I mean tomato.
All right.
Number 2, Twist and Turn, Pop Can.
Great
It's a
song.
good song, yeah.
Great song.
Featuring P&D and Drizzy.
Great song.
And then number 1, Tyler Hero by Jack Harlow.
Oh, okay. You like that?
I love that record for I don't know what reason.
It's not bad.
But it's such a like joyful, like ampy record, and I really fuck with that. Before Tyler Hero, it would have been What's Poppin', because I really fuck with Jack Harlow's music, to be honest with you.
That album was great. That was a
Album
great
was really
album.
good. But yeah, Tyler Hero is my number 1.
Nice. My top 5 personal favorite songs: "Go Crazy," Chris Brown. I thought that was probably the best
great song.
R&B song
One
of
of
the
the
year.
best songs.
Yeah.
Man, Usher, "Don't Waste My Time" with LMA.
Wow.
I
That was
love
a
that
good
song.
song.
That was
Yeah.
a really good song.
And I love Trey Songz with Summer Walker, "The Back Home." I thought that was a great song.
That's a
Do
good
y'all
song,
remember
too.
that or no?
Yeah.
I know it's hard to place some of these because they all kind of sound alike.
Summer Walker does have her own like little sound lane right now.
And then my next joint was this new artist, Akeem Ali, and he has a song called Kimi Casanova.
Play that. That
Is
sounds
it a remake of
interesting.
Levert Casanova?
No, never.
So this dude,
Silly you.
this dude is kind of like a backpack rapper.
Okay.
But do you remember that Martin episode when they were recapping how Martin met Gina?
Yeah.
And then everyone had their own version of the story. And in that story with Martin, when he was picking up Gina, from Martin's recollection, he was like a pimp.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, baby, no. No, baby."
Like the Mac.
Yeah, he was like talking like, "Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing?" This dude basically created a persona and made a whole song around that shit.
Oh shit, play it. Let's
yeah.
hear it.
He's just spitting
Yeah,
that shit.
he took the flow of Max Julian. That's the Mac, man. If you look up the Mac, a clip of the Mac, that's what he talks like. Yeah, baby, yeah, mama, yeah.
I like how my reference was Martin.
Yeah.
And then my last favorite was the Calvin Harrison "Weekend." Over now.
It's a good song.
Yeah. That was my top
God
personal
damn,
favorite.
that record is amazing, Krug.
All right, man. We're gonna move on to top 10 artists.
Top 5.
Top 5 artists.
yeah.
Sorry. Top 5 artists.
I was like, shit, I'm missing 5.
I know, right?
Let's put ours together, damn.
All right, Never, you want to hit it?
Yes. Roddy Ricch,
Definitely.
number 5. Number 4, rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Yes. I
Had
mean,
a
Pop
great-
Smoke
had a great album, man.
fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Look, if we had the whole summer,
Oh, he would have been
He
murdered.
would have been all over.
he would
Dude,
have had
that album alone.
he would have had all the hip hop love songs on lock.
Hell
He
yeah.
like 50 Cent on some 50 Cent 21 Question shit.
Yep.
What you know about love?
Yeah, man.
What you know about love, mood swings,
Yeah.
shit, he would have had all that. For the Night, all of that. And then he would have had the club joints too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely Pop Smoke.
Number 3, Jamie would like this. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
This is all of. Number 2, you're gonna be surprised if I say this.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
I'm not
course.
surprised at all.
She had a great year, man. She worked with everybody, just about.
Yeah.
The Baby, Madonna, Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Miley Cyrus. It's like, dude, yeah, she had an amazing year. And number 1, the guy that got robbed at the Grammys.
Weekend.
Yes,
The Weeknd.
The Weekend.
He had the best album of the year, I think.
I agree with everything you just listed. Definitely.
Not in a particular order. My top 5 artist is Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. She had a lot of music that we did not.
Did she drop something?
She dropped a few singles and stuff like that, but they're really, really good. I know it personally because my brother and my sister are big Billie Eilish fans, and so I hear it in the house a lot.
Right.
Bad Bunny's the next up, and then The Weeknd. if anything, The Weeknd might be the number one on my list. And then I have Doja Cat. She was in every fucking
Yeah, she had a good
video
year also.
award, anything.
Yeah, she
virtually.
definitely came up this year, man.
Yeah.
And then for me,
Despite all the controversy with her,
it
Yeah.
kind of I get it,
she
but
just needs a better team, man, to just keep her off of
Filter
social
her
media,
ass.
yo.
Yeah.
She would have been I think a way bigger star.
yeah,
she just
if that
filtered herself.
I
controversy.
mean,
didn't-
dude, she's up for Artist of the Year. I think she might win it. The Grammy.
I don't know, man. I feel like they just got to filter these stars too much and
There's no-
social media. They go on live and they say the dumbest shit, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just live on their own tip. So and then Jack
Pause.
Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow
Had a
was
great album.
Yeah, great album, great songs. I really, really wish we could have seen what that kid would have done this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, we were talking about going to his concert that he was going to have here in Vegas in early March. But yeah, Jack Harlow definitely. If anything, I was going to say Rookie of the Year, newest artist, the best one. Yeah,
I mean, I agree with you on pretty much all the suggestions you said, except for Billie Eilish. I feel like maybe she was probably more of a 2019
Yeah.
top artist. But I think, yo, man, I'm just gonna add. I gotta own up to what I was saying. I was talking shit about Meg Thee Stallion,
you're adding
but but I'm putting her at the top 10 artists. I think she just fucking. Her album was just basically everything we could play in the clubs, man.
If you said we were gonna do top 5, if we would have done top 10, I think she would definitely been number 6.
Oh yeah, she's
on my
definitely
list.
my 6.
Yeah.
She had that one song on the album that I fucking love, Circles. But I gotta give it to her, man. She stepped up this year, and she would have had the clubs popping, man. There would have
she
been a
shut
whole
you
bunch
Oh
of
yeah, man. Yeah.
there would have been a whole bunch of album cuts we would have been playing.
She would have definitely got her residency
Yeah.
at Dre's.
That night I DJ'd at the what's the strip club? Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse.
I played like 6 of the songs off the album.
Yeah, that was the night where it clicked in for me too when I did Crazy
Oh, yeah?
Horse, and I
Yeah.
was like, damn, I'm playing like
Yeah, man.
she's keeping me alive right now. Like,
Yep. Exactly.
I'm playing damn near all of her records, yo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I got to give it up to her.
her. Yep,
I think she had a really great year, man. She really
very underrated.
she really proved herself, definitely as a live performer. And then she just basically took over R&B in my book, man.
Just took over.
Yeah, she had like Slow Down with Skip Marley. She had Slide with YG, Damage. She had BS with Janae.
that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
She kind of killed it, man.
was-
She took over this year. And then we'll move on to the top 5 most overrated artists. The most overrated
I love
ever.
this from Never. Go ahead, Never.
Number 5, Trippie Redd.
Not mad at you.
Okay,
Number 4, Playboy Cardi.
definitely. Definitely.
Number 3.
Have you listened to his album?
But it was like
No.
everybody kept talking about it. It was just like they make it sound like that was gonna be the biggest album of this year.
And Iggy Azalea said, "Come get your kid."
Yeah.
Why do the kids love him so
don't know,
much?
man.
He literally had 1.5 hits.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in that ASAP Rocky lane.
No,
not
he's
even
worse
that,
than that,
no,
bro.
not even
Well, not
that.
lane, but he's in that world. That's where the cosign came
but
from.
ASAP Rocky had some singles. He had some hits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that was even half a hit. Magnolia.
and it was the hardest record to get out of. Remember we spoke about that?
Yeah. But I'm saying like that's not even a hit, so I don't understand the buzz behind this shit. Honestly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Number 3, y'all don't think this is funny. John Legend.
Really? He just
I'm not-
disappoints.
I'm not a
He
fan of
disappointed.
his, man. It's just like
Never.
not since fucking when he was doing music with Kanye.
I don't know. He kind of disappoints. Like
I
when you
think
see him
after
on a
all
record.
of you, was
Yeah,
the-
man.
I just know as soon as I see his featured name on a record, I know I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to play this in the club. Like I'm not gonna be able to play this in the club.
Yeah, man.
But he is a big artist.
I mean,
Give
of
me
course,
the
yeah,
green
yeah.
light. I love that
They
record.
yeah. Number 2, Lil Uzi Vert.
It's some young shit, man. It's
That's
honestly
what,
some
I
young
think
shit.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I guess number 1 also some young shit. NBA Youngboy.
Some of his shit's alright. I don't love it, but yeah, it's alright.
It's like Lil Uzi.
But it's like every
sometimes
time
you
he
love
about to
it,
drop,
sometimes you
didn't he drop like 3 albums this year also? Or 2?
Snooze
I know
fest.
definitely 2.
Snooze fest.
Yeah.
He got Mayweather's daughter pregnant, and he was just like, "All right, I'm calling it a day."
All right. Jamie, what's your
Black Eyed Peas?
Really?
Yes. I'm very. I didn't like what they did with the Latin shit. Like it's really forced.
Well, didn't you list one of their songs?
That's the worst.
Oh, it's the
right?
worst. Oh, okay.
Did I?
I know
Is
that
your-
was me. I listed it as Ritmo as number 5.
Yeah, he
number
listed it.
4.
I didn't.
As the
listen.
worst.
Yeah.
You didn't like their appropriation.
No, I didn't like the appropriation. They could go over there with Steve Aoki. Trippie Redd 4, Uzi 3, J Electronica 2.
Ooh,
Oh man.
Overrated.
that's Grammy nominated.
Snooze.
That's
And then-
I'm not mad at that either, man. I don't get the
Sorry, J
I don't get the big
Electronica.
deal about J Electronica.
It was
as much.
overhyped. His whole career was overhyped. He put out one good record in 2009, and then they piggybacked 10 years for that.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't really remember anything from that album.
Because it was Jay-Z
It was
and
like a-
him.
yeah.
I don't
like-
remember a fucking thing from that album.
Yeah, me either.
But at the same time, I'm not mad. I could listen to that album.
I mean, you could, but
I
it's
could
not,
listen to the album, but yeah, it doesn't like pause.
hit it out the ballpark.
Yeah, it doesn't touch me at all.
NBA YoungBoy number 1.
Number
I don't
one,
get
really?
it. I don't get the kid, man.
Yeah, man.
Him, Trippie Redd, or Uzi. I don't get it.
All right, I only have 4, but
You're not as
you guys listed enough.
You're not as
motherfuckers.
hating as us.
I don't. I just wasn't mad at that many artists, but
Give me a 4.
Saweetie is on the list.
Damn, man.
I just think she's overrated. Like she uses beats from other.
I
like,
mean, she's
she's
yeah, I get what you're
recycling
saying.
all of these hits from the 2000s, yo.
I mean, the last record she came out with Janae Aoki.
Yeah.
That wasn't a sample.
It wasn't a sample.
Janae Aiko, not Aoki.
Whatever the fuck. Man.
You should call it. I think they're related.
Right?
They're related.
No, they're not.
I think they're related.
I think so too.
Yeah. She's the youngest sister.
Yeah.
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 I think she's overrated, man. But
I'm with you,
You
though.
know, I think she's overrated.
Tap In was a little bit of a reach for me, too.
But at the same time, I am playing her songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't say shit. YG, I think overrated this year. He dropped a ton of music. None of it
fucking
stuck.
forgot.
YG dropped a ton of music. Ton of
Yeah,
fucking
I don't
music.
remember any of them shits.
And not one of them stuck. And he had one of the worst songs of the year, which I should have listed, which was
Swag?
that Swag song. Who the fuck makes a song called Swag during a pandemic
So,
in 2020? Like, that's not a fucking word. That like he made that song like Swag just came out this year. Like we just started saying Swag this year.
shit came out a long time ago.
And then I agree with y'all. Playboy Cardi. I don't know what the whole
Shebang is, yeah.
he had like 30 songs on his album and all of it was trash. And then 6ix9ine, man, overrated. I thought he was gonna come through when he got out of jail, and he just disappointed, man.
Dude.
There was no substance.
The only reason I didn't put him as the overrated because I felt like after that album dropped, nobody gave a fuck about
Nah,
him
but
anymore.
I think he's overrated because when he got out of jail, it was the biggest hype of all. Everyone, even I was like, oh, I want to hear what he does,
Yeah.
and it was just disappointing.
Snooze.
Yeah, he just kind of fucked up, man.
Ooh. That's my favorite.
Top 5 best albums, man.
Go ahead, man.
Number 5 was
2020.
kind of tough.
Go ahead.
I didn't even put him on. I didn't write it down, but it was between Savage. Oh man, Metro Boomin and 21 Savage.
Great album.
Great album.
And I'm not gonna lie, I like the Meg Thee Stallion album.
It's a fun album.
It is, yeah.
It's a fun, lighthearted album.
Yeah.
If you
Fun.
if you want to hang out with your girls and have a slumber party and dance, is that what you want to do, Never?
Like, here you go.
You want to wear some like tight boy like
Yeah,
like
some-
little
some-
boy shorts?
some tight boys, the tidy whiteys. Yeah,
Yeah, and just
Tight
dance around with that
whities.
shit.
yeah.
Eat grilled cheese sandwiches and
Nah.
s'mores with hot
Hey,
chocolate.
Hey, why not?
Is that what you and Jimmy have been doing?
Shh, don't be giving
Don't
our
blow this shit
fucking-
out, man.
For
Chill, man.
real. We eat McRibs on our tidy whities.
All right, man.
Number 4, Thundercat. It is what it is.
Oh, good one.
Great album.
That fucking, I forgot about that one.
Great album. I think everyone should listen to this album.
Yeah,
Thundercat's really
Thundercat
good.
is. I love
Yeah,
Thundercat.
I'm gonna play some of the joints, man.
He has been having a slow, steady incline of his career since I can fucking
He's a
remember.
bass player, right? Great pick, Never. That's awesome.
Cool. Number 3, Pop Smoke. Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. Think it was a good album.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Undebatable.
Number 2, The Weeknd, After Hours.
Mm-hmm.
Great album. And number 1, Nas, King's Dead.
Really?
At first, I didn't like it, but it grew on me.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad.
It's not a typical Nas album that I would want, but
I mean, I think it's one of the best Nas albums he put out in a minute. I mean, it's no Illmatic or fucking
No, you probably
Stillmatic.
right.
It's nothing. Of course, nothing's gonna be like that.
You got to give it to Nas though, man, to be able to come out with an album like that
Yeah.
and have it be relevant and to
Sonically
be.
like
It's
that,
nominated for a Grammy, right? Isn't
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what, like 30 years in the game. That's pretty
just
crazy.
about
When did he come out? 90?
91 or 92?
Yeah,
92.
90. Well, he was on Live at the Barbecue. That came out
Oh yeah,
in
that's true.
1990.
That's true. I'm thinking about Illmatic.
Oh, Illmatic.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was like 93.
93.
And you know what album's really good? I didn't put it on my list, but
Mm-hmm.
I started listening to it because it was nominated for a Grammy for Album of the Year.
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. Alfredo.
The production is
Very
amazing.
boom
It
bap.
reminded me of Alchemist with Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn, they had some good joints together.
yeah.
My 5 is Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa.
Good pick.
After Hours The Weekend, Shoot for the Stars Pop, The Dark Lane demo tapes by Drake, and then Yo Hago Lo Que Me De La Gana by Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
That first one that he dropped top of the year is probably one of the best fucking reggaeton Latin albums I've heard in a long time, top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really, really good work of effort, whatever the fucking kids say.
Yeah, man. These are actually really good picks.
What do you have?
I agree with Neva. Thundercat. It is
Thundercat,
what it is.
yeah, I forgot about that one.
That's a really fucking good album.
Sonically sounds amazing.
I got to give it up to Earth Gang, man. Spilligion.
Wow.
You guys got to. It reminded me of some Outkast shit.
Yes.
It was a good album. It was really good, and I would never expect an album like that to come out in 2020.
I respect it from them.
Yeah, it was really good though, and I was impressed, man.
I became a big fan of them last year summer after we were in New York. When you brought it up, you're like, "Oh, Earth Gang's over there." I'm like, "Oh, I'm not really familiar with the music," and I went back.
Yeah,
Became a fan.
Spilligion. It was good, man. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Spilligion. And then Salt, man. Both of the albums that they dropped this
Not
year,
mad at you.
Rise and Untitled Black Is. And I think I got to give it up to Jack Harlow, man. I think that album deserves a mention.
Fuck, man.
One of the best hip hop albums of 2020.
That album alone is great.
Jack Harlow had a
I
had a
wasn't
dope.
expecting that fucking album to come out that good.
Yeah, it's a little, he takes a little from Drake a little bit,
He's a new school kid.
It's a little Drake-ish, but it's a really good fucking album, man.
I think Boy Wonder's a lot in the production.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh, no wonder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy Wonder's a lot in that production.
What do you call it? All right, man. Favorite editors, yo.
Ooh-wee.
We're gonna give a shout to all the DJ, producer, editors. I guess while we've been streaming, who we've been playing, who's been kept. I will say this. Can I say something?
What?
Maybe in the past 2 years, a lot of these editors and producers.
Saving our asses.
Well, no. Well, yes. They've been saving our asses, but they've also kind of been learning to produce music a little bit better. And they're not making these EDM remixes,
Yes.
and they're starting to kind of like actually produce like remix edits that are sounding more professional. Some of them are sounding way more professional. And they're not sticking to like the twerk remix or like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Or the Moombahton remix, or they're not doing the trap remix.
Yeah.
These like predictable, irrelevant sounding
Twerk remixes.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so irrelevant. And I feel like this year everyone really just stepped up and really just started making some relevant remixes and edits. I would say even more this year because honestly, never. You and I in the clubs would never be playing some of these edits.
No, not at all.
From some of these producers, even 2 years ago, we would have been like, yo, this shit isn't relevant.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to understand and really, and they're just honing in their craft, man. And you're getting a lot better. And I think the pandemic, maybe staying in, really
Helped out a lot.
had them focusing on just being better producers.
Yeah.
So shout to all of y'all, man.
This is your time.
Never, you want to list?
I have no tip. I really don't have a top five.
No,
I
yeah.
don't have no typical order, whatever.
Yeah.
This is like guys I like their remixes. Nick Bike.
Big Bike.
I think this is a big year for him. He
Yeah.
had like a lot of dope shit that came out. That a lot of people's playing on their streams
Yeah.
on Twitch. The homie Nova Slaps. He had some good mixes this year also. A lot of good mixes.
A lot of cumbia.
Yeah.
A lot of weird, cool shit.
So yeah, exactly.
It was interesting.
Yeah, and a special shout out. He's well known already. Lord Finesse. He put out this Motown
great.
remix album
It's amazing.
with like remixes of Jackson 5, Elder Barge, Marvin Gaye, Switch. It was really good, man. Yeah.
It was amazing.
When did that drop, Nev?
Like in June or July.
Okay, in the summertime.
Yeah.
Is that all, Never?
Yeah, that's all I have. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a few.
Yeah.
Vacations. They did a few edits. They're more like tracky edits, not more so the things you can play in the club, but you can play them on the streams. Vacations. They did this cool thing about a year ago. They did Sade songs, her vocals over some Drake beats. Sounded really, really well.
Dope.
And they did some other shit. And then I have Tesher. I don't know if you guys know him. He's really, really big on the TikTok edits. I've gotten a few yummy cuts from the Justin Bieber song off of him.
No, by the way, that song almost made my worst song list.
Yummy?
God, I
Yummy.
love that record.
Isn't it crazy how it was all over the charts?
Yeah.
It's still one of the biggest songs of
Of
2020.
this year.
And it is,
It
man.
dropped
It
top
is.
of the year. Like,
DJ City released like their most downloaded songs.
and Yummy's number
And that
one.
was number
And
one?
Yummy was number
Jesus.
one.
You know me, I love that record. So Tesher, check him out on SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
And then the homie, Junil from Miami.
Junil.
Man, he
Queen-
sent me a pack of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's so many great fucking work. Him and somebody else, great fucking work. And it's cool because
Junil from Miami. Yeah.
Junil, because that was
Korean brethren. Yeah.
Korean brethren.
Shout out to the Korean brethren.
Korean finest. It's funny because when I met Junil, he was there for Silent Addy's recording of last year for us in Miami, and he was there, and him and his homie they look like the little goon squad just chilling. I don't know who they were, and then little do I know he puts out some great fucking music and shit. So yeah, Junil is one of my top, and then I mean honorable mentions is Nick Bike and Nopa Slaps, of course.
Good. I got to give it up. You know, man, Spider Tech, man, he's been doing some
Oh, he's
interesting
been
shit.
getting busy.
Yeah, he's been doing some really great shit. He made this Genuine So Anxious remix. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Defunk.
The funk.
And then Devolve. I got to give it up to Devolve.
Wow, okay.
And
Every time I see his remixes, I download them shits.
It's a good one, yeah.
And then they always take a really good. He always just makes a perfect version that I could play in the club. And then I got to give it to Nick Bike, of course. There's another dude named Austin Mills.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
he's been
yeah.
getting
He's been-
fucking crazy busy.
So I like Austin Mills a lot. I think some of it is it's raw.
Yeah.
And it's good. And it sounds like he's doing it live. But I think some of it I would like to get
fine tune it, yes.
I would like it to be a little bit more refined just as a final edit because some of it sounds like he's doing it live. And of course, we got to give a shout to our fan, MoMA. MoMA kind of killed it this
Oh
year.
my god, he did great.
Yeah.
MoMA killed it with his edits and his remixes. I'm sure you guys have heard it all.
Yeah.
Shouts
And
to
then,
Momo.
yeah, man, I got to give a shout to Basic too. BA, like from Bay Area, Basic.
oh jeez.
And then Trays.
Shouts to
Trays,
Trace.
Trays is consistent this year. And yo, I gotta give it up to Just Incredible, man. He had some remixes.
I forgot
this
about
year.
that. You're right, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
Incredible.
have to. I fucking. It's so
The,
funny.
the Summer Walker joint.
The Summer Walker joint, the Danny
Yep.
Lay shit.
Yeah.
Danny Lay.
He just did one for Bad Bunny and Snow the Product. I don't know if you guys know who Snow the Product is, but she's amazing. She's from LA. They had a moment on radio that day. They released a Dakiti remix by Snow the Product. She put a verse on one of that. Snow the Product is more of an underground LA artist.
Yeah.
More on the Nipsey Hussle side. Really doesn't get radio play. But when they premiered that song that night, it was a big buzz in the city.
That's dope.
Yeah. So that's shout out to
Yeah,
fucking
I got to give a
I
shout
forgot
to
about
him,
that
man.
remix.
He's been making some really great remixes to the point where I'm playing his versions, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Danny Lay shit, the Her.
Yep.
I don't know if that dropped yet.
Summer Walker joint.
I don't think he dropped the Her yet.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, oh shit, I give something away.
Yeah, you fucked it
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
man.
yeah. Who cares? I'll take some and see if I can leave this in. But yeah, he's doing one with Her.
Yep. Well, good
Yeah.
shit, man. I mean, I think that's our 2020 wrap up.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, I didn't voice this before, but we are listing this from a point of view of Las Vegas club DJs. All right, so I know Miami's going to be completely different. I know Cali's going to be different. New
Completely
York,
different.
Chicago. I'm sure everywhere is going to be completely different. But this is our
Perspective.
2020 recap from Las Vegas, from the Las Vegas DJ club scene. And then I got a question, man, because I think we asked this last year. Like, it's kind of deep questions, man. But I
Here we
want to
go.
say,
Here come the tears.
Yeah.
You have to close it out with tears.
What was your a defining moment or like your most valuable lesson learned in 2020?
I got to start it off.
Yeah, never.
I learned how to adapt to a national pandemic that shut down the fucking entire world.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Never thought that would happen. I also learned to overcome not seeing my family for like a year, which is I have never done before. This will be the first time.
Yeah.
As well as not being able to see people I love.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's it. Is that enough for?
Yes.
Is that too deep?
Shit. Well, fuck. Just adapting to learning how to accept loss. Because this year, I mean, not everybody knows this, but this year, I kept texting Crook and I would tell Nev, just add another to the tally because I lost a lot of family this year. And I didn't publicly set this shit. A lot of family members, a lot of family friends. If I count roughly, it's about 12 to 15 people.
Yeah.
So learning how to accept loss has been a fucking something that I had to learn this year. Very, very, very difficult. But yeah,
It's good.
my fault. Don't want to start crying here.
I
Get
know.
teary and shit.
Yeah.
I also learned not to expect yourself from other people. Like the way you treat somebody, don't expect that person to treat you the same. Like no matter how much you do or how much you can do, some people are just shitty people and they're gonna fuck you over at the end. But
I don't know if that's a lesson. I think you got played.
oh god,
You got played.
no, it's just
Who is this directed to?
Okay.
Wow.
Why does he gotta do that
Who are you targeting?
to you, motherfucker?
I'm not even gonna look at you in the face. I'm gonna look at your knees. Knees. Who are you targeting,
to
motherfucker?
you. No, I learned
Who
that-
hurt you? Who hurt you?
No, I'm not. I'm
Who
not
hurt
saying
you?
who is. I saw a lot of this actually.
You just saw it, right? And then
I
it
just saw it
happened to
never happen.
It didn't
to me.
happen to you?
I saw a Netflix doc.
Oh yeah.
Saw a Netflix
You got
doc.
a big ass heart there. You learned a lesson like that and it didn't happen to you.
No, it did not happen. But you learn. You learn from other people's mistakes.
I want to know who hurt you.
You're not. Shut up.
I want to know.
The Bee Gees hurt me. I'm talking about
I want to
docs.
know who hurt you, bro.
Let it go, man.
You can't share nothing. Okay, you gonna tell me later?
I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. But
Wait,
yeah,
so you said there's just shitty people.
yeah, just shitty people.
There isn't just shitty people. I think that's a misconception. I think
There's some shitty people. I don't know.
no. I think people are just selfish. Do you understand? People don't
No,
understand.
I didn't say selfish. I know there's selfish people. I'm selfish.
yeah. No, but there's
some
people.
shitty people.
There's some people that are so selfish that they don't understand and they don't see outside of their own perspective or needs. And
But they do shitty things.
they
I
do
feel.
shitty things because they don't realize it. Do you understand that they're hurting other people? But
They
I
don't
think
see it.
but I think if they realize it, they
They won't
won't
be shitty. Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't do it. So they're not shit. I think that's the thing about this year is that everyone's like, "Yo, you voted for this. You voted for Trump. You're,
no,
you're a shitty person.
Yeah.
You do this. You're a shitty person. You're not wearing a mask. You're a shitty person." I don't think they're shitty people. I just think they're very selfish people, right? And obviously, being stupid has a lot to do with it. And there's a whole bunch of things that come into play. But I think we just all got to. This is what I understand. You can't control motherfuckers, man.
You can't control.
You can't control
You
motherfuckers.
can't
Like,
stress about shit you can't control.
you know what I'm saying? So, like, I have to accept Jamie the way he is. Even though I may yell at Jamie.
He hates me.
Even though, I fucking yelled at this motherfucker so bad a few weeks ago. I yelled at this motherfucker so bad. We got into it so bad.
No one ever knows that shit.
And I was trying to control myself because the whole thing is like, what I've been learning is that I can't change Jamie. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't expect him to change his life. He has to do it himself. No matter what I do and what I say, he won't get better until he wants to get better. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing goes for anybody. So I just really try to navigate myself around that. So it's kind of accepting Jamie for what he is, but then also setting boundaries so that I don't set myself up for disappointment. Does that make sense?
No, I'm a disappointment, man.
Nah.
I'm just playing.
But you feel me, right? Like
No, I understand.
if I'm in a relationship with a chick, right? Let's say, and I expect it to be this and this and this, I'm just gonna set myself up for
failure.
disappointment, yo.
Yeah. the
You know what I'm
expectations.
saying? Like, I have to accept this shorty for what she is and for her to change on her own time. And if I can't deal with it, then I gotta go.
Move on.
You know what I'm saying?
Got
That's what it's all about.
I love how you switched it.
No, I'm just saying.
No.
There
I
isn't-
love that you use somebody as an example instead of me.
Well, you know what? Well, let's get back to like the most valuable lessons we learned in 2020.
Yeah.
I learned to never take anything for granted. Because going into 2020, I thought it was going to be a great year. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of shit that was going to happen with us with the podcast.
With the podcast, yeah.
Personally, I was like, I had some dope gigs I was looking forward to out of the country.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this shit happened and all of it was gone. No money, income was coming in. I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. And somehow I made it through the end of the year. I'm still here.
Are you still here?
I'm still here, man.
Is this a
I
hologram?
still have my house. I'm still, I don't know. Like when all this shit happened, I was scared. I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen, man.
I think your year started off worse.
It started bad. Yeah,
Yeah, off
definitely,
the
man.
rip,
That's why I was
before anybody
thinking,
else actually.
okay, March is going to be better. Going into April, then it just got even worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was times I was thinking to myself, fuck, what's going to happen, man?
What's the next shit? Yeah.
Yeah, what to do, man?
Yeah.
Am I going to have to get a job at
Home Depot.
At Smith's?
Okay, I
or
was gonna go
whatever?
Home Depot,
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, at Home Depot,
like
whatever,
plants.
man. It's like, yo, I didn't know what was going to happen, but
Yeah.
somehow, I don't know, things worked out. Hopefully, it'll get better in 2021. It's like that saying from the movie, movie Blow with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
When you talked about this before, or we
Yeah.
talked about it, the father was like, when he went to get a loan from the bank and he was denied, and he told the young Johnny Depp, yo, what's the saying? Oh, what's the saying?
Well, he says, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. Sometimes you're up, sometimes
And when
down.
you're up, you never think you go down.
Exactly,
And when
yeah.
you're down, you never think you go back up.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, that's life, man. And it's like, but it's hard though, with like when you're in your 20s and everything just seems so permanent.
But when you're in 20s, you're not really thinking.
No, but everything that
It's
happens
gonna
in your
last.
20s, you think it's going to last forever.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the difference.
That's it. Yeah.
When you
exactly.
get older, you realize, there's so many ups and downs in life.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand?
In a small pocket of time. Like,
But
you don't
that's
have
why,
that time.
I talk to 20-year-olds, 20-year-old DJs, they DM me sometimes and they make such a big deal out of like a loss. Do you know what I mean? Like, I lost this opportunity, or I lost this gig, or I lost this. And they don't realize that more will come.
Yeah.
That's not the end of the world. And it's like, as you get older, you realize there's just waves and phases of life where you're
Exactly,
up
yeah.
and you're down. Sometimes it lasts a few months. Sometimes it lasts a few years.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to really look, because as you're getting older, things last. You start gauging how long bad periods last and good periods last because of your experience. You're like, oh man, this is going to be like a good year and a half of bullshit.
Yeah.
But I got to do something in this year and a half so I could fix it, But it's just one of those things, yeah. Like you just said, it's all ups and downs, and as low and as shit as you feel right now, it's not permanent.
Yeah.
It's so, everything we go through and everything we feel is so temporary. Unless it's like a physical ailment where you lose an arm or you lose a leg, it's all temporary. All of these feelings and
Yeah, man.
all of these emotions we go through, and it just makes us stronger and it makes us wiser. So you have to go through that shit. Like, young motherfuckers need to learn, the more loss and pain you go through in your 20s, the stronger you become and smarter you become, because you've learned so many lessons,
Yeah.
But you're right, man. And this is an important year. I feel like with the internet, with social media, with festivals every weekend, no one knows who they are. And they define themselves by their social media and what they show off. And then when they sit down and they're alone with themselves, they don't know what to do. They don't know who they are.
Yeah.
That's
They have no
fucking scary.
identity. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's kind of like there's a great movie, man, that you guys should see, is The Sound of Metal. It's on Amazon Prime.
I'm gonna check it out.
Sound of
It
Metal.
sounds familiar. What was?
It's basically a guy who was a heavy metal drummer,
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
and
Yeah.
he loses his hearing.
I know exactly what movie you're talking about. Yeah.
And he was a former addict. He was sober. He was dependent on his girlfriend who was in his band. And he lost everything in a span of like a week, or basically a day. He lost his hearing. He lost everything. And he had to readapt to a new world.
Damn.
But, it's just a great movie. And you kind of realize there's a point where he's going to rehab. And they're saying like, yo, if you're not able to sit you know, sit with yourself alone and write your thoughts out, you know, that's really the real peace in life. That's when you know you're sober, when you're able to be sober, when you can sit down and be alone with yourself and be alone with your thoughts and really kind of really just analyze yourself and your life and who you are and what you want.
Yeah.
What your losses and dreams and everything, you know? I thought it was really, really touching.
I'm going to check it out, yeah. I
It's
heard
a
about
great
that movie.
It's
yeah.
on Amazon Prime, so if you have Amazon Prime, it's free. Definitely check it out. It really touched me. Pause. And then,
Yo,
are we gonna get rid of pause in 2021?
No.
You know what? I was gonna try to do in 2021? Not curse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. I'm gonna try that. Yo.
Fam, really?
I would bet you.
I'll bet you anything.
Should we do a curse jar? Like a curse jar?
For what? You're gonna make us all rich.
Yeah, right. Maybe that's a good thing.
Bro,
Yeah,
you
we'll
used-
have all this money at the end of the year.
Not in the podcast.
You see these greedy ass motherfuckers? That's all they care about.
Yo, listen, your mom listens to the podcast. Hi, Mom. I know that you
Oh,
will.
hi, mom. My mom.
Yeah, hi, Mom. Because I'm not going to say her name. But anyway.
You don't know her name.
Yes, I
No.
do. Yes, I do. I pay attention.
This is some disrespectful ass shit.
No, I'm just saying. I know you don't curse on the podcast, but in real life,
I curse a lot.
you
like a
curse a
motherfucker.
lot.
Not too much on the podcast.
On the
but
podcast,
don't?
more because your mom tells you not to curse. But
really?
This motherfucker says, yes, you said this shit before. But in real life,
Yeah.
you will go broke. If we have a curse chart, you're fucking going broke.
In real life.
Real life. All for the podcast? Bro, you're going broke.
Someone's left a message or someone said something about why does Crooked say motherfucker so much?
Oh, I know who that is.
Who is it?
I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
bleep it out because I don't know who you're talking about.
I'll say it. She won't mind. It was Nudia.
Oh, I say motherfucker
You
so
say
much.
motherfucker. She's like, yo, I hate when Crooked says motherfucker
This
so much.
motherfucker right here. It's like
That's
it's a
the
New
Nudia
York thing,
brother.
right? Is that a New York thing? I don't know.
That's a you thing. Never doesn't use motherfucker so much.
He does say motherfucker.
No, like
Not really.
you.
Not really, man.
Never doesn't curse that much in real life outside of the podcast. He doesn't really curse.
I'm gonna stop cursing in 2021.
Yeah, start using alternative words.
I'll see what's up. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try.
Oh, motherfudge.
Any resolutions for 2021?
Same old.
You know what? I'm gonna stop drinking in 2021.
Really?
Look, no, wait.
Cold turkey?
Cold turkey.
Let's
yeah.
bet him.
Why?
Let's bet him money.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I need to slow down a bit.
No.
man.
Why? Come on, man.
No, I just feel like I need
Well,
to chill
turn
out. You know what? I'm not. Let me stop. I'm gonna probably still drink beers, but liquor wise, I think I'm gonna cut it down, man.
I'm not mad at that.
I might get fatter, but hey,
I think you're gonna get fat. I think you're gonna lose weight if you're not drinking as much.
no. I mean,
Alcohol
You're not
is
having
less
all those
calories,
sugars.
but beer's more.
beer is like I get a beer belly.
Oh.
That's why.
Okay, you're gonna cut down on
I'm
drinking.
gonna cut down on drinking. Yeah.
You know what I hate though, and I've wanted to cut down.
What's that?
I hate being the old drunk DJ dude. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly, man.
No one wants it. Like it's different when you're young and you drunk. You're like, oh, this
It's
motherfucker.
fun, yeah, but
And then when you look at the old drunk DJ, it's sad, right?
it is, man.
It's like it reminds me of that movie with Jeff Bridges, Crazy Heart,
Oh yeah.
when he was a country singer and
Yeah.
he couldn't stop drinking,
Yeah.
and he was like fucking up gigs and his whole life.
That's
was
like the movie with Lady Gaga and
yeah,
Star is Born.
Star is Born.
yeah. Except Crazy Heart was sadder to me. Oh no, I guess they're both sad.
They both sad. Dude killed himself.
Yeah, I just never wanted to be that old drunk motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, man.
you know,
I don't
Yeah.
think, yeah.
that's the sad shit. Like,
So y'all both cutting down on drinking and cursing.
yeah, but
I'm not
yeah,
mad at that.
yeah, because I don't want to say like eat that pussy on a live stream anymore.
That
when
was
I'm
the
DJ.
funniest shit.
Like just when I'm drinking, like I just say some wild, stupid shit. It always somehow leads to eating pussy.
Yeah, you just
On the
love
stream.
You just love doing that.
And I didn't no more. No more eating pussy in 2021.
No more walk for you.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end this. We wanted to talk about the Bee Gees movie a little bit, right?
Amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
It's a good movie. Yeah,
Fucking amazing.
We're gonna do
That
actually a Bee Gees battle this Sunday.
yeah.
That should be really good.
believe- A lot of cool shit's gonna happen for that battle. So just make sure you tune in for that one.
The Bee Gees doc, though, I did want to talk to Neva because I was when I first saw the doc, I told Neva, I'm
I want
like,
to talk
yo,
to both of you.
I didn't know about that disco is dead shit.
You
Yeah,
didn't know that?
That was a
And,
big
well,
deal.
no,
man.
I knew about. I didn't know that it tied to like kind of racism and like like gay hate.
No, oh,
I knew about the gay hate, definitely.
Yeah.
Racism, a little bit, yeah.
But you can kind of see it. Like it was like backlash to the gays, and because disco was like, I felt like all of these white dudes were losing their girlfriends who were going to the discotheques, and they were dancing with like minorities, and they were dancing with gay people, and these dudes started feeling like out of the loop.
They didn't like the music. They couldn't dance to it.
They couldn't, and I think it's all about fam.
Sean Travolta
I think it's
sold them a
all
dream.
about not being able to dance and
Yeah.
learn the moves and go with them and dance.
I mean,
with
well, look
them.
at the fucking loser that was fucking head of everything. That fat dude. He probably never got laid. He was probably
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
DJ, right?
Yeah, the DJ from Chicago.
Yeah.
I knew about the Disco Sucks, how bad that shit was, because in the show, that 70s show, they highlight that a
Yeah.
lot. So that's when I first got a glimpse.
See,
of
but
it.
I knew. See, I grew up into the '80s, right? So I grew up in the '80s, but there was this. I remember there was this stigma of like disco being for sissies. I remember that it was like disco sucks. Disco's for sissies, and everything. And I remember hearing the disco, and I'd be like, "Ah, "This is good though.
Good
This is like
music,
good shit." But it was really that stigma. Like it held on for a long time and it was with the Bee Gees too. Like the Bee
Yeah,
Gees are
it-
sissies.
yeah.
ABBA is sissies. All of this shit is like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and now I know where it came from with the documentary.
Bunch of dudes that didn't
Yeah,
get
because you
pussy.
didn't know about that backlash when they were like blowing up the disco
I know-
records
No, I
in
know.
the
No,
stadium.
I know
about
about
that,
that.
too.
Yeah, that was a big that was a big deal back in the days.
Yeah,
But
they
when the
highlight
dude
that
was
shit
saying
a
that
lot.
they were like,
But
Stevie
he was
Wonder-
like taking out the albums, like the Stevie Wonder album.
That I did not know.
yeah,
And what was the other artist? That
There was
Marvin
all of
Gaye,
those,
Marvin
yeah.
Gaye. Yeah,
Wonder,
that's
Al
I didn't know
Green.
that.
it was
shit,
like
yeah.
Roy Ayers, all of
Yeah.
them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
in
he was
there.
like,
Yeah.
those are not disco. Those are.
They didn't really talk
Right.
about that back in the days, but everything else definitely. Yeah.
and I love that I didn't know that dance music became its own chart. You know, and Billboard.
No, yeah, man. Yeah.
And then
They had to
obviously
do it.
when you listen to disco, right, and you and think about club music, that shit just evolved and became house,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
And then it's just now it's EDM, and now
Now
it's
it's-
taking over everything.
Well,
bro.
now it's a little bit more back to the dance disco shit with the Dua Lipa shit. A mixture of a lot of things. But you still hear the dance and the disco influence in every song nowadays.
for sure.
I just honestly, I really, my mom was big on the Bee Gees, so to me, this documentary just solidified what I always thought, that the Bee Gees were a far greater band than the
Wow.
Beatles.
Now you're on drugs.
No,
This is this.
this is Jamie take. Am I wrong? I was telling that.
Am I shocked that he was talking solidified and all of this shit that he was saying?
No,
What are you
I've been using
talking
big
about?
words. I'm not. I don't. The Beatles to me don't.
You're crazy.
No,
Yeah,
it's
he's
crazy.
bugging out.
You're
yeah.
bugging out.
It
You
just
need to
doesn't
see a,
do it.
a Beatles documentary.
Maybe I need to do that
Yeah.
to understand it, but I just
Beatles
don't
are
get it.
genius on the genius
For
level.
you to say that takes a lot, so I'm gonna take your word. Maybe I have to look at it. But the Bee Gees to me were just
I mean, we
fucking hits.
I think it was good to see this documentary because I think there was a label, like, and everyone categorized the Bee Gees as really corny pop music, but they were just honestly, they were just really good R&B sung by a bunch of white boys, yo.
Yeah.
You know, they were just great. They're from Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of Australians just doing really good fucking R&B.
and they went to England and
Yeah, and it was a shame that they had the whole disco sucks shit on them because they could have kept making records, yo.
That ruined their career. I
Imagine-
mean, they didn't ruin their careers because they went on
And
to
I didn't know how
write and
big-
produce other
Yeah,
artists.
but imagine if they were recording together
yeah.
and
didn't ever
then and
broke
making music and then continuing that through the 80s.
Yeah.
How that could have evolved,
Yep.
we don't know. Because there was a confidence level that their confidence was destroyed.
yeah,
Yeah.
off of the disco suction.
You know, it was just like they couldn't catch a break. You know, it
Yeah.
was. I mean, they were obviously big stars, but I would have loved to have heard like the Bee Gees in the '80s and what they could have made in the '80s.
I didn't know Saturday Night Fever was that big. Like,
Oh,
of a-
huge.
of
That's
a
like that
moment.
was like the #1 album of all time before Thriller came
Yeah,
out.
but I didn't know there was a big ass moment like that ever.
I mean, it's,
Yeah, the
it's-
disco-
It's like the #1 soundtrack, selling soundtrack.
Definitely, yeah.
It's insane.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, but it's a good fucking documentary.
That's a good documentary.
So if you want to watch this episode on YouTube or view some of our older episodes as well, you can go to youtube.com/road podcasts. Like, comment, subscribe. We post new episodes every Thursday, y'all, without fail. So definitely come check out the new episodes on YouTube on Thursdays. And on Fridays on YouTube, we've been posting our older Sunday battles from Twitch. So Jamie and I have been working really hard to get these older battles on YouTube for you guys to watch. So every Friday you can check these older battles on YouTube. And you can also check the newer battles on Sundays at twitch.tv/Road Podcast. Make sure to follow us on Twitch and subscribe if you can. We just started a new Tuesday on Twitch as well called Road Tuesdays. Basically, everyone in the crew alternates every week. You could check Never one week, Jamie one week, D Miles the next week, and myself the next week. Hopefully, we'll start incorporating some of the homies and have them do some guest spots as well on Tuesdays. So definitely check that out, twitch.tv/Road Podcast. And
so... what do you call it? Definitely check out that Bee Gees doc if you haven't seen it.
In our battle on Sunday.
And then, check out the Bee Gees battle. You're going to be battling with Eddie McDonald, a homie.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be what?
We doing some tricks, some special shit.
Yeah.
So
some theatrical shit happening.
Yeah.
For sure. And then, what do you call it? I guess we'll see all of y'all in 2021.
Stay safe.
Have a great New Year's Eve.
Everyone have a happy New Year's.
Try to, social distance and stay isolated.
Put your mask on.
But, all right, y'all. I think we're out.
Peace.
No cursing in 2021 for Crooked.
No drinking for never.
All right. Peace.